They didn't meet for a half-century, but now as district rivals, Rummel and John Curtis face off tonight for the 5th time in 24 months. The Raiders and the Patriots, next on CST. Live from the Shrine on Airline in Metairie, Louisiana, Cox Sports Television and Crescent City Sports are proud to bring you high school football. Tonight, it's a District 9 5A showdown between the Archbishop Rummel Raiders and the John Curtis Christian Patriots. Hello, everybody. Ken Berthelot and the coach, Wade Kaiser. And whenever these two football teams get together, Rummel and John Curtis, it's usually a classic game. Tonight proves to be no different because despite the records, there's a lot at stake for both teams.
Well, for John Curtis, it's a Catholic League championship or a tie for the Catholic League championship. You know what they want. And for Rummel, their role is spoiler. Their job tonight is to win a football game, increase their power rankings, try to get into one of those spots on the bracket that's a bye, or make sure they get a home first-round playoff game.
If Rummel is to play the role as spoiler, they're going to have to get the ball into the hands of their #1 and big playmaker, Jamar Chase.
And he is a big playmaker. The University of Florida commit catches everything around him. He's averaging 18.5 yards a catch. He's a Under Armour All-American player later this year, all right? And the thing is, he can make big plays when he has to. He's going to have to make some big plays tonight for this Rummel Raider offense.
And John Curtis Christian Patriot defense, to stop them, they will rely on their defensive leader and a familiar name, Jay Curtis.
A 4th-generation Curtis. Okay, so you know he has football in his blood. But this guy's a great defensive football player. All right, he is their sack leader. He is their leader in tackles on the defense. And the guy has got to put some pressure tonight on this wide open Rummel offense in order to have success and win that Catholic League championship. It's going to be a great one.
Can't wait for this one to start. We'll go upstairs, back with the kickoff right after this.
About it. The kids need braces, I need a root canal, and Dad's old dentures are broken. That means 3 dental appointments all across town.
Bobby, A-Bear?
Mom, you need to call Louisiana Dental Center. They see kids and adults and have specialists at every location. They even have Friday and Saturday appointments.
That's great. I'll call him now. But who's going to do the dishes?
Yeah, I know. Me and my big mouth.
People choose Helm Paint because we've been around for so long.
I thoroughly enjoy working with my customers.
We have dedicated employees.
They mix any colors for me that I need, and any type of equipment, they're there to show me how to use it.
And we look out for our customers.
At Helm Paint, we are committed to our customers providing superior materials, unsurpassed customer service, and the most experienced people to help guide you through your painting project.
Helm Paint and Supply.
High school football from Crescent City Sports on Cox Sports Television is brought to you by Louisiana Dental Center, a local general dentist and specialist working together to care for your entire family. Louisiana Dental Center, your dental home team. By NOLA Lending Group, your home loan specialists. By Operation Lifesaver, promoting rail safety throughout Louisiana. By Helm Paint and Decorating, steering you in the right direction. And by Louisiana Lift, for your equipment, service, parts, and rental needs in Southeast Louisiana. It was the Rummel Raiders first to take the field here at the Shrine on Airline. And here come the John Curtis Patriots. Ken Berthelot along with Wade Kaiser. Beautiful night for football. The front has not moved through yet. And if it stays like this, it'll just be gorgeous all evening for this football game between Rummel and John Curtis. Coach Jay Roth of the Rummel Raiders in his 23rd year, 224 wins, just 59 losses. He's built a dynasty over time here at Rummel. This year hit with the injury bug, 7 starters from game number 1 not playing this year. It's been tough. And here's another dynasty himself, J.T. Curtis, 569 wins, second most winningest coach in high school football history in the United States of America. He is just amazing on what he has been able to accomplish year after year at John Curtis Christian School. Here are tonight's colors of the game, presented by Helm Paint and Decorating. And the Rummel Raiders are the visiting team tonight, so they're wearing the white jerseys and their Rummel red pants. And the John Curtis Christian Patriots in their blue, solid blue tonight, with the white headgear and the JC on the helmet, standing for John Curtis. Rummel won the toss.
Rummel won the toss, and they chose to receive, Ken. So they want to get going right away with that wide open offense.
Here's the weather we talked about, 73 degrees. Could get a lot cooler by the end of the game. Winds negligible, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Slight chance of showers if that rain or front comes through. And if it does rain tonight, is that an advantage for either side?
Well, I don't know what's going to happen when he gets on the dirt out there. I mean, that's the question. No, but with obviously John Curtis vaulted veer offense, putting the ball on the ground is not a problem for them as far as running the ball is concerned. Holding on to the ball, if it's slippery, that's another thing. Catching the ball in the new wide open offense of Jay Roth and the Rummel Raiders, that could be an issue. Not so much the water, but maybe the wind, if the wind kicks up.
Jamar Chase and Correll Jackson, along with Jeremy Walker, are deep. Brock Onestell, the kicker for the Patriots, gets us started this evening, and he will squib one down on the ground. Picked up. That's Walker on the return. Walker breaks tackles. Gets a good return back out to the 40-yard line. Brought down by Andres Pierce after the 22-yard return. So now we'll see Chandler Fields. This is not the same Rummel offense most people are used to seeing. They're used to seeing bump and grind, run, 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 but you've got a pass-happy quarterback who loves to throw the football. And this is a lot different for Jay Roth in 2017 with Chandler Fields at quarterback. On first down, on the ground, Jackson, Correll Jackson with the first run. Here are the offensive starters for Rummel, brought to you by Louisiana Dental Center.
I'll tell you what, if you look at that lineup, Ken, you're going to see Correll Jackson right there, averaging 5.7 yards a carry with 4 TDs on the season. He's very good in pass protections and does a great job catching the ball out of the backfield.
The guy you got to look for, though, is Jamar Chase. Keep an eye on him. Rummel keeps it on the ground. Jackson again. It's positive yardage on the right side. Our defensive starters for the John Curtis Patriots, brought to you by Louisiana Dental Center.
The guy you want to watch is number 4, Chauncey Crum. He's the second leading tackler for the Patriots. Watch him tonight. Watch how fast he gets to the ball. He plays from sideline to sideline, Ken, and he's also very physical.
On first down, a throw. Chase with his first reception of the game. Good numbers for Jamar Chase, leading receiver on this team. But look at the average. Almost every time he touches the football, he's going to give you close to 20 yards, 9 touchdowns on the season.
Well, that's what Florida loves about him. He catches things around him. He can make the unusual catch look real easy. He's a phenomenal athlete.
Second down, 7. Chandler Fields with the little tunnel screen inside. That's caught by Jeremy Walker. Rummel with a good offensive game plan to get things started. Tackle made by Clofer.
Tell you what, here comes a nice little tunnel screen. Rummel's trying to set up one way, and they shoot it back the other way. Watch Kofer right there. Gets off the block, comes up and makes a really nice tackle right there for a minimal gain. Kofer's a really fine defensive back. Look for big things out of him tonight.
Got about a half yard on that. Make it 3rd down, 7. Shooting Renton across the formation in motion. It's going deep, and he overshoots the receiver. Intended for Evan Francione.
Ball a little high. Ken Francione was kind of hung out to dry, and all of a sudden those guys in blue are just zero in and on his ribs. You know, when you hang a guy out to dry like that as a quarterback, you come back to the huddle. Look at the ball right here. It's going to float a little bit, and he's hung out, and here come the ribs. Whack right there. Nice stick. But I tell you what, you can't hang your guys out to dry.
They're going for it right here on 4th down and 7. No punt team yet. Chandler Fields. That quarterback drops back. He can pooch it, and he will. But penalty, did they get the snap off in time?
I didn't see the clock. I don't know if somebody moved. Let's see what we have here.
Movement.
There you go, movement.
5-yard penalty, 4th down.
Called by Eddie Allamore right there, our official tonight, right on the spot. Will give us that those signals all night long. Good look at Jay Roth right there. I tell you what a phenomenal career he's had at his home school where he played football for his father, Archbishop Rummel.
With the penalty, it makes it 4th down, 12. So in comes Chris Freebert, place kicker. Has to also assume the punting duties this year and has averaging right at 34 yards a punt. It's a boomer. This is pretty. Fielded inside the 10-yard line. And returned to the 20-yard line. So not bad for John Curtis, getting a little bit of room. John Curtis has the football. No score when we come back.
Your home for the best in coverage of pro, college, and prep sports in the New Orleans area is CrescentCitySports.com. Whether it's news, opinions, live video webcasts of high school sports, or Louisiana's best prep football scoreboard, you can get it all at Crescent City Sports. The name may be new, but it's the same great coverage you've gotten for years from our team of New Orleans natives. Click it now and like us on social media at CrescentCitySports.com.
Joe Brown Park has always been a kind of haven, but the storm left it in a mess. Kids that don't have a safe place to play and go to end up in trouble. After Katrina, I didn't know if Joe Brown would ever come back, but it did, and today its facilities are second to none. We're developing kids that will become champions in our community, in school, in business, and in life.
Good look at John Curtis, coach J.T. Curtis. He's been running that same veer offense since he got to Curtis. No big changes there. And he's got a good quarterback to run it in Colin Guggenheim. He's been at this school since about 3rd grade. Fumble. Curtis turns it over, and Rummel has it on 1st down.
Well, I'll tell you what, we haven't gotten to our keys yet, Ken, but that's one of the things JT said to us this week. He's got to stay away from the turnovers. And there you go right there, first play of the game. Ball's put on the ground on an outside veer option. You can get a great look at it. There's the outside veer. Defensive end comes down, and that was Jacob Fury. Comes down and really lights up the running back to put the ball down on the ground.
And Shane Brotherton recovers.
That's one of the things you can't do in this type of offense. Well, I don't even know if he even got to the mesh. It looked like that Guggenheim didn't even get to the mesh with the running back. The ball just kind of squirts out of his hands right there.
1st down, Rummel at the 22-yard line of John Curtis. He'll throw on 1st down, complete to Jeremy Walker again. And this senior, 6-foot senior, 2 big catches so far in this game early for the Raiders.
Jeremy Walker's a big target. He finds always a way to get himself open, but trying to spread the ball around in that offense is hard for Chandler Fields. But I tell you, here's the thing. When these guys get open, they're big targets for Chandler Fields to hit, and right there he was wide open on the boundary for a nice pickup.
Y.J. Roth knows his team has a golden opportunity right here. Second down, 10. Number 22, Raiders on the ground. Our keys to victory tonight are presented by the NOLA Lending Group.
Well, Rummel Raiders got to start and finish drives. They've had trouble with that in the past couple of weeks, especially against Brother Martin last week. And they got to play assignment defense against a very good veer option offense. John Curtis has to stay turnover free, and there we go. We've already got a tip. They've given put one on the ground already, and they got to take away the big play tonight from that wide open Rummel offense.
Third down at about 4. Burrell Jackson on the ground tries to move the chains, but he'll be short of the first down. And again, it's very hard to move against that John Curtis defense. Play it so very well.
Tell you what, that was Colby Ogeron right there to make a big play. I tell you what, is he a good football player? 6'5", 230-pound junior. That guy is strong in the upper body. He can really press and get off of blocks real well. JT's very high on him and his future after high school.
Had some help from Cade Beloso. Fourth down, 2 at the 12-yard line. No field goal attempt here. Chandler Fields and the Raiders know they need points in the red zone. It's their weak point last week against Brother Martin in the loss. And look at Chandler Fields. Escape makes the turn, but he'll be knocked out of bounds, and the Raiders will turn the ball over on downs. Big stop.
Tell you what, there's one of your first big plays of this ball game. Very good job right there by Matthew Zane. Coming on the blitz late. You can see him come off the block, and he's going to chase down Chandler Fields right here and knock him out of bounds. Nowhere near the first down sticks. That's one of your first big plays in this football game. Big hold by that Curtis defense.
Curtis defense now has stopped Rummel twice in Curtis territory. Have a good look at Colin Guggenheim, only a sophomore quarterback, 6 foot 190. Something he does very rarely, throw the football. But he throws a completion to Glenn Beal, the top tight end prospect in the state of Louisiana. And Beal with a catch, and Guggenheim, who puts it up maybe 8 times, 7, 8 times a game, throws an early pass here.
Veer pass action right there, off of play action. They slip Beal right out into the flat, and he is a load, 6'5", 250. Averages 21.7 yards a catch when the ball's thrown to him. I tell you, the next level, they're going to throw the ball to this guy.
Well, he made an unofficial visit to LSU, and LSU, Alabama, and Ole Miss are the top prospects, but everybody has Beal. Glenn Beal is a tight end on their recruiting hit list. Guggenheim with a handoff straight ahead in the veer, and you'll see a lot of that for the John Curtis Patriots as Ernest Jones carries. Here are the offensive starters for John Curtis, brought to you by Louisiana Dental Center.
Well, I tell you what, right there, that offensive lineup for the Curtis starters, you're going to have to watch number 3, Darian Washington. He's averaging 5.3 yards a rush. Curtis does a lot of running back by committee, but he's one of the main ones that you're going to have to watch tonight in this offense.
Guggenheim on the keeper. He's got the first down and more at midfield before finally being brought down. An 18-yard run by Colin Guggenheim, the quarterback for the Patriots.
Tell you what, take a look right here off a counter option. They log around with the backside guard, and they block the man that had the assignment for the quarterback on Guggenheim. Wide open, big first down pickup.
Malik Woodery had made the stop. Here's another toss out of the backfield, and Curtis opening up a little bit here. The toss to Malik Wells out of the backfield, and the running back makes the catch for an 18-yard gain. And Curtis showing something they don't usually do. A lot of throwing early and a lot of throwing on one drive.
Well, what they've done right here is they're slipping their backs and their tight ends into the flats And right there, you could see wide open in the flat was Malik Wells for a nice pickup.
Breaking tackles up the middle. Here goes Washington into the end zone. Touchdown, Darren Washington, 32 yards on a nice run by the big running back.
Well, that's one of the guys we said you got to watch tonight. Once he squirts through there, he's running free in the secondary. Nobody's catching him. And there you go. Big pickup right there for a touchdown, Darren Washington. Here's a good angle. It's inside Veer right there. He bounces it to the outside. Not a very good job tackling by the guys in white. And he squirts into the end zone for the touchdown.
You don't say this very often for a Patriot offense. They use the pass to open up the run.
Well, it all works together. It all
you just don't say that very often.
No,
John
but it all works together. I mean, it's hard to take it all away, especially when you run option offense and you can throw the football.
Brock Onestell with the point after gives John Curtis a 7-0 lead with 6:26 to play in the first.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the Grand Slam hitter to grandparents. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
Hi, I'm Joe Martin, president of ITI Technical College, and we are so excited to have been awarded Forbes magazine's top 30 two-year technical colleges in America. To achieve this award, ITI was recognized for our high scores in 1, earnings of our graduates, 2, quality of education, and 3, affordability. To learn more, we invite you to visit our campus or go online. ITI Technical College. Begin your journey to a better life.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the blue chip athlete to blue-collar worker. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
Want a bank that was ranked among the tops in the nation for business banking? Hancock and Whitney Bank has you covered with nearly 200 locations across the Gulf South. So stop by today. Learn more at HancockWhitney.com. Patriots with the early 7-0 lead midway through the first quarter here at the Shrine on Airline as Onestell will send it not deep. This will be a good return. Fielded at the 15-yard line by Walker. Jeremy Walker on the return. Rummel has had 2 golden opportunities, but J.T. Curtis's defense has stopped them both times, and the Patriots took advantage of theirs.
Good look at that score and drive, Ken. 5 plays, 86 yards. They took 1:25 off the clock, 32 yards on that run by Darren Washington, one of the guys you want to keep an eye on tonight out of that Rummel backfield. Out of that John Curtis backfield.
First down to the 26-yard line of the Raiders. This time they'll give it on the end around to Walker. Jeremy Walker on the carry this time. It's his second rush of this season. Both coaches opening up the playbook, pulling some things out from earlier in the year to try to get the offenses moving.
Well, they want to get the ball in the hands of their good athletes, and either you're going to throw it to them or you're going to hand it off to them. That's just another way to highlight your athletes.
Second down 9. Quick throw by Chandler Fields to the right side. Unable to pull it down. Over there is big Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase really didn't have a chance on that ball. He would have needed one of the lifts that we got a camera on to go up and get that. I think that got away from Chandler Fields. Didn't really follow through with that, so it floats out of bounds way above the head of his intended receiver, Jamar Chase.
Chase 6'1", 195-pound senior. Elevates pretty well. Second down. Third down, rather. Third down 9. Oh, look at this by Chase on the reception. And he It's yardage up to the 40-yard line before being brought down. It'll be a first down after a 13-yard gain when the Raiders on third down needed to move the chains and needed a big play. Chase delivered.
Well, he comes underneath on a drag route. Good look at it from the end zone camera right. Watch him come right into the picture right there on the drag route. Fields hits him on the run right there. Nice hands, little bobble of the ball. I told you he can catch, making acrobatic plays with his hands, and then picks up yards and catch, are commonly known as yak.
At the 41-yard line, first down. Fields will tuck it under and run. Fields is a good runner, and a lot of people think that he should be running the football more, but he loves to throw the football, and he's got such a good, accurate arm. Power, good delivery, fast to the receiver.
Well, when you're making a living with your arm and you start running out of that pocket, Ken, Jim Roth's going to have a heart attack over there. I mean, you don't want to see a guy getting out of there too often, and if you do, he better be able to get out of bounds or get down. Don't want him taking a hit.
Second down, shovel pass forward to Chase, who gets to midfield and is tackled just short of the first down by about 1 yard.
Little shuttle pass is a forward pass right there. I tell you what, that's a neat little wrinkle that they've used. I've seen him use it before this season. It sets up as a draw and a sprint out, and then all of a sudden he shuttles it right back underneath to Jamar Chase with a nice pickup right there. Again, inventing ways to put balls into the hands of your best athletes.
3rd and 1. Quick screen, right side. Chase sidesteps a tackler to get the first down and picks up a few more to boot before being bumped out of bounds.
You know, again, you see him throwing the ball out there. It's a completion pass, but in a lot of offensive coordinators' minds, it's a real safe play. There's nothing different from throwing that ball over there to Jamar Chase and turn around and tossing it to a tailback and running for a yard out there in the outside area of your offense.
Chase has the running ability when given the open space he had on that catch to make things happen. First down for the Raiders. At the 44, John Curtis has got to throw long, wide open with the catch. Evan Francione, and he'll waltz into the end zone for the score, a 44-yard touchdown. Chandler Fields to Evan Francione, who was wide open.
Tell you what, Ken, it started with the protection. Look at the time and the way Chandler Fields had to step up into this pocket. Step up, step up, step up, boom, deliver it to a wide open Francione who was running a post route right there. Something got blown in the backfield, the secondary for the Curtis Patriots. That's something they're going to have to work out on the sideline and find out what happened there. Guys shouldn't be coming that wide open in your secondary, but it started with the protection. What a great job by that offensive line of the Rummel Raiders.
Freebert to attempt the point after. And he splits the uprights. We are tied at 7 as Evan Francione grabs this throw and takes it to the house.
Now that we're a proud partner of the New Orleans Saints, we're being flooded with Saints fans.
Louisiana Dental Center. Yes, ma'am, we're home with a same-day appointment. And remember, we cater to cowards.
To help with the influx, we've added some new staff members to get some things done around here.
Yo, Saint, you can cover for me? I'm going to lunch.
Yeah, I think they're really starting to catch on. But I'm not really sure about that receptionist.
Fans loving this football game, as we said, always a classic when John Curtis and Rummel meet here in Metairie, Louisiana. There's Mr. Francione, Evan Francione with that big touchdown.
Tell you what, good look at Francione right there. 7 plays, 74 yards on that drive. Took 2:03 off the clock. Great 44-yard TD by Francione. And now he turns around and covers a kickoff. Don't you love high school football?
return for the John Curtis Patriots. And that by Cade Como on the return. Prep football from Crescent City Sports is presented by Ye Olde College Inn and Rockin' Bowl. Ye Olde College Inn, a true New Orleans farm-to-table restaurant. Open Tuesday through Saturday for dinner. And the home of the New Orleans Prep Sports Hall of Fame. Curator Ron Mercado of the New Orleans Sports Hall of Fame does a great job with the hall.
Yes, he does.
The Olde College Inn.
I don't know if you know this, but guess who made the tackle on that kickoff right there, Ken? 85, Evan Franciotti. Touchdown catch, turn around, make a tackle on a kickoff.
First incompletion for Colin Guggenheim. And you can credit Quentin Cage, a guy we haven't talked about a whole lot, but Quentin Cage and...
Watch this. Play action. Quentin Cage is responsible for the quarterback there on the option. Sees the ball pulled down. He jumps up, athletically knocks the ball down real quick. He is their tackle leader for that Rummel defense. He's a fine football player. Good look at him right there. 59 tackles, 9 of them for loss, and you can add it a knockdown to his credit right there on that play.
Now Cage leads the team in tackles. And off to Washington around the left side. Look at the room for Darren Washington. Cut to the inside and a shoestring touchdown. Saving tackle made by Malik Woodery.
Well, you talk about the pass setting up the run. That was a draw play. Watch Washington get the ball right off of the sprint out action. He bounces it out to his left, and there's nobody out there. Where's the secondary for the guys in white? They got to come up and fill that. They're all ran off and being blocked downfield, and then you got a shoestring tackle right there and a saving tackle and a touchdown by Malik Woodery, number 21.
45 yards on that gain by Darren Washington as the Patriots keep it on the ground. Here's the starters defensively for the Rummel Raiders, brought to you by Louisiana Dental.
Well, the guy we're going to see, and we haven't talked about much tonight, is that guy right there on your screen, number 5, Aaron Brule, University of Georgia commit, second leading tackler on the team. Tell you what, he has to come up big tonight. Number 22, Quentin Cage, as linebackers to be successful on defense.
On second down, Malik Wells around the right side.
You know, John Curtis uses running back by committee. They all can go. You know, you look, they're 4 and 5 deep back there. You have to be when you're in a 2-back set running option. They're going to get banged up all the time on every time they either get the ball on the outside veer or the inside veer. So you've got to be able to shuttle guys in there, keep them healthy, and be able to make sure that they're all getting their touches so they all can be happy.
Darren Washington, Ernest Jones, Malik Wells, Shane Goss. We could just keep naming a few. And they always come in with fresh legs, and with the continued running of Colin Guggenheim at quarterback, it gives them another runner in the backfield. So you've got so many assignments to take care of defensively, and if you don't take care of one, something like this can happen.
Well, that's quarterback snake right there. He saw something that we probably couldn't see from up here right down there on the field, and he decided just to keep the ball in the snake. Great look at his rushing numbers right there, Ken. Look, 69 carries, 603 yards, 8.7 yard average. The guy's had 3 TDs this year, Ken. It's a lot of scoring numbers.
It is for a quarterback of his size, because with the number of people who touch the football and run the football for John Curtis, that does say a lot.
Well, he's one of the...
Washington on that carry. By the way,
right.
Washington had tweaked the knee last week, and JT thought he might be a game-time decision. And I'll tell you what, the runs he's reeled off in this game so far, there's nothing wrong with that knee.
Well,
he's healthy.
And let me tell you this. Young man like Darren Washington is going to miss this. But, you know, back to Guggenheim and why he's scoring all these points. He's one of the options in the triple option offense, veer option that they run. So if it presents himself, he's going to run the ball.
Guggenheim on second down and 7, pushing forward. He'll take it himself.
He sees something up there that we're not exactly seeing. Let's see if we can look at it right here on the replay. They get a double team down and a chip off to the linebacker, and then there's Guggenheim right behind that big offensive line, squirting up in there, picking up yard after yard. Look how hard he runs. Legs still driving. He's hard to go down. It's taken 5 and 6 white jersey Rummel Raiders to get him down on the ground.
Defensively, Aaron Brule, who's number 5 for the white shirt and the Rummel Raiders here. He was moved from outside linebacker to middle linebacker so he could key on quarterback Colin Guggenheim and also be able to make plays on both sides of the field. So,
well, he's got to be able to use his athletic talents to run side for side, working from quarterback outside on the option.
Malik Wells on the handoff. Finally goes down. Hard to bring some of these Patriot runners down sometimes. Malik Wells, a senior runner, 5'8". He's rushed for a little over 250 yards with the few he's gained in this game, and averages about 5 yards every time he touches the football.
Here we go, outside veer. Look at the end coming down right there, banging it up. That should have been a pull read by Guggenheim. He had a crashing white jersey come down at him. Number 99, Glenn Thurman, was coming down. He should have pulled that ball that time. There it is.
Second and goal from the 6. Guggenheim down to the 2-yard line.
So what do? They come back with the same outside veer. He gets the same read again. He's not going to make that mistake twice. What does he do? He pulls the ball, he disconnects the ball, and he falls forward for a nice little pickup. That's right there is where Rummel has got to make sure they're playing with their eyes, Ken. They're getting to where they got to be. Who was responsible for the quarterback should have been tight off that fit, making that play right at the line of scrimmage, and he wasn't. That's where the crease came for the quarterback to be able to pick up those 2 yards.
Good look at the sophomore quarterback, Colin Guggenheim. J.T. Curtis. Quarter's going to run down. And we have played 1 quarter of football here at the Shrine on Airline, tied at 7 with the John Curtis Patriots threatening to break the plan of that goal line one more time. Back in a moment with the start of the second quarter.
Looking to purchase or refinance a home? Check out NOLA Lending Group, a division of Fidelity Bank. They are your home loan specialist. Find them online and get started at NOLALending.com. Here for you and here for good. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Your home for the best in coverage of pro, college, and prep sports in the New Orleans area is CrescentCitySports.com. Whether it's news, opinions, live video webcasts of high school sports, or Louisiana's best prep football scoreboard, you can get it all at Crescent City Sports. The name may be new, but it's the same great coverage you've gotten for years from our team of New Orleans natives. Click it now and like us on social media at CrescentCitySports.com.
Louisiana Dental Center, your dental home team. Proud partner of the New Orleans Saints and the LSU Tigers.
Special thanks to Louisiana Lift for their support of tonight's telecast, specializing in customer service on equipment, rental, and parts, as well as training. Louisiana Lift has been serving its customers since 1980. Check them out online at lalift.com or call 504-463-3400 or 225-753-5700 in Baton Rouge. That was Ron Kennedy there on the lift, working the camera. Enjoying the beautiful weather out here. 10th play of the drive coming up. J.T. Curtis knows you get this close, you've got to get it in. First play of the second quarter. Guggenheim on the handoff, straight ahead. Touchdown. Touchdown, Darren Washington. Nothing fancy, just straight ahead.
Hard dive off of the inside veer. Good blocking up front. Allows Washington to squirt into the end zone for their second score. When we get the chance, and maybe you can see it right there, look at the size of the splits that John Curtis uses to run their offense. You'll say, man, those are really big. Well, the reason why they use those big splits is to create gaps and creases and seams to be able to hit fast with that veer offense.
Brock Onestill has kicked 26 of 29 point afters and make it 27 out of 30 as Curtis takes a one-touchdown lead here at the Shrine on Airline. And there's some happy Patriots on the sideline.
People choose Helm Paint because we've been around for so long.
I thoroughly enjoy working with my customers.
We have dedicated employees.
They mix any colors for me that I need, and any type of equipment, they're there to show me how to use it.
And we look out for our customers.
At Helm Paint, we are committed to our customers providing superior materials, unsurpassed customer service, and the most experienced people to help guide you through your painting project.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Your home for the best in coverage of pro, college, and prep sports in the New Orleans area is CrescentCitySports.com. Whether it's news, opinions, live video webcasts of high school sports, or Louisiana's best prep football scoreboard, you can get it all at Crescent City Sports. The name may be new, but it's the same great coverage you've gotten for years from our team of New Orleans natives. Click it now and like us on social media at CrescentCitySports.com.
They're in Washington, and the John Curtis has a good look at Washington right there. He scored both touchdowns now for the Patriots. They have a one-touchdown lead, 14-7. Take a look at the scoring drive.
10 plays, 75 yards, worked 4, 28 off the clock. Washington has a 1-yard run. It's his second touchdown tonight. Doesn't look like that knee's hurting him at all.
If it is, he wouldn't tell you. He's loving it. Quarterback Colin Guggenheim congratulating him. Once-Dell's kick is short, pulled into the 10-yard line. Another return. Jeremy Walker with room. One man to beat. And finally, help arriving from the back. But Jeremy Walker, who pulled it in near the 10-yard line, gives the Rummel Raiders new life here after the Patriot touchdown.
Let me say this. Curtis is coming to this game to kick the ball away from Jamar Chase, so they're going to put it into the hands of Jeremy Walker. They might want to rethink that. Watch this. Nice move, nice move. Change the ball. Nice ball handling right there, high and tight, and he picks up a convoy.
A 76-yard return gives the Raiders the ball at the 14-yard line of the Patriots. They'll go on the ground with Jackson, looking for room up the middle, and finds a little bit inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. Another good look at Jeremy Walker, senior wide receiver, and proving to be doggone good kick returner, especially in this game. Right up the middle again for more yardage by Correll Jackson.
Correll Jackson runs the inside zone right there. Very nice job by that Rummel offensive line, working up to the next level, shielding those linebackers from John Curtis, so that way that gives Correll Jackson a little room to be able to get into that hole there and squirt through for a nice pickup.
Raiders were at the line waiting to go. They had to get the chain set up on 1st and goal. Now the downs marker is there. Oh, right up the middle. Correll Jackson 3 times up the middle. 3rd time being the charm. Touchdown, Rummel Raiders.
Rummel brings blitz. They bring both linebackers. They sell out completely. What happens? It's either going to work or it's not going to work, and the guy's going to pop right past you, and that's what happened for Correll Jackson. It didn't work. The blitz. Correll Jackson does what? Here's a good look at it. There's the blitz. Washed down. There's the crease. 6 points.
Last week, in the loss to Brother Martin, Rummel looked a little lifeless in the first half of that football game and came back, lost anyway, and Eddie Alomore.
Defense, number 8. Have the distance. Replay the try. You want to leave it there?
Point after coming up, and we're going to have a guest in just a little while. Johnny Curtis stopping up in the broadcast booth here at the Shrine on Airline. Coming in to watch his son Jay Curtis play his final home game Here's the point after. Kicked up. And we are tied. Rummel and John Curtis at 14. We'll take a break and come back and spend a little time talking to Johnny Curtis in just a moment. Back in a second.
Okay, listen up. I know you offer great auto rates, local agents, fast, friendly claims, but do you want to be a legend? You got to get tough, kid. When I'm done with you, nothing's going to keep you down.
Great talk, Brett. Can we get back to your auto quote now?
All right, sure.
Great.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
How about some water?
No, thanks. I'm good.
Hi, I'm Joe Martin, president of ITI Technical College, and we are so excited to have been awarded Forbes magazine's top 30 two-year technical colleges in America. To achieve this award, ITI was recognized for our high scores in 1, earnings of our graduates, 2, quality of education, and 3, affordability. To learn more, we invite you to visit our campus or go online. ITI Technical College. Begin your journey to a better life.
Back at the Shrine on Airline, Ken Berthelot along with Wade Kaiser, our Cox Sports Television crew, and we'll be joined by Johnny Curtis in just a minute. Son of JT, father of Jay Curtis, playing as a 4-year starter in this game, and Rummel has just tied it up. Como, fumble. Is it down?
I believe
John
he recovered
Curtis
his own fumble.
Recovered his own fumble, gets it back, and
Ball is at the 14.
and pleasure to have Johnny Curtis with us. Stopping by, flying in from, goodness gracious,
Muncie, Indiana.
From Muncie, Indiana. I'm not sure because I know y'all played Toledo last night.
Yes.
Did you play a home game or a weekend game?
We were home last night. Got on a flight early this morning, worked through the night, and actually went to Detroit first, then flew here to New Orleans, and worth every bit of it to come see my son play.
Tell you what, Johnny, you got to be real proud of Jay. He's a fine football player.
You know, I think what he does is he plays with a competitive nature and a competitive spirit. And, you know, that's the thing that, you know, every time when our kids leave the house, my wife and I tell them, you know, we want you to play with a great attitude. We want you to play with great effort and great teammate.
Right. Malik Wells with 30 yards on a first down carry, as it doesn't take the Patriots long to come right back. And Johnny, glad to have you with us, and just so happy for you and your career. I want to talk a little bit about Jay, and I know Wade just asked you one question in the midst of that long run. Guggenheim goes wide open again. Glenn Beal showing why he's the #1 tight end prospect in the state of Louisiana. Races 56 yards on a touchdown catch from Colin Guggenheim. How about the Patriots using the air game tonight?
Well, I'll tell you what, they forgot to cover him out there. There was no corner out on the #1 receiver. Beal comes out. You'll see off of the play action, the veer. Guggenheim kind of ducks to hide the ball a little bit. There's nobody out there. There's no white jersey. It's a busted secondary. I got to think when they get to the boundary, they're going to look at that. Nick Monica, the defensive coordinator over at Rummel, is going to be screaming at somebody. I know I would. Just can't leave the #1 receiver counting from boundary out, #1, wide open like that. That's a complete bust in the secondary. But it's a great throw and catch by Beal and throw by Guggenheim.
Very special for you to come in on senior night to have the opportunity, with the extra point being kicked, to watch Jay play in his final game.
Without a doubt, Ken. You know, it's just been, you know, when I took the job, you know, we had a lot of family discussions about what, you know, especially with Jay, and you know, we prayed about it, and you know, we went back and forth a little bit, and I just thought it was best for him to stay. And you know, even though it's been a challenge at times, it's actually been really rewarding. He's been able to grow as a young man, and of course, us as parents have had to let go just a little bit, and you know, it's always interesting when that has to happen.
Well, we've all been there. We all had to let go. I had to let go of 3. I understand exactly where you're coming from, you know. So,
Don't go away. CST will have everything you need to know about Louisiana High School Championships. Coming up on Sunday, November the 5th at 11 a.m. It's the 2017 All-State Sugar Bowl LHSAA Preparing Show. We have exclusive coverage of the announcement of the 2017 brackets live. Find out your school's path on the road to the Dome. Then on December the 7th, 8th, and 9th, catch every classic game live from the 2017 All-State Sugar Bowl LHSAA Prep Classic presented by the New Orleans Saints. For more information, visit our new website, coxsportstv.com. One still to kick off. And this time it's Jeremy Walker again, but the Patriots shut the door on him. I know a lot of people looking at your son, Jay, and where's he leaning? Where would you like to see him go? What do you think's going to happen?
Well, we've had that discussion as well, and I think, as they get older, you have multiple discussions, and we've pretty much established, and he understands that he's going to college. So that's been established, and I think he has to make a decision about, does he want to play football or does he want to play baseball? And it's really going to be on him. I think he's a fine player. I think he could be a quality walk-on in a Division I program, but I also think he could be a key contributor to a Division II or Division III school.
Well, there he is, the tackles leader on this football team, and you describe this play, Coach. Do a little color.
I mean, right there, basically what he's doing is he's playing two things. He's trying to give the quarterback the illusion that he's going to take the running back and then come out of it and play the quarterback. And I think that's the nature of the game of being playing an option. That's really what they're doing is running an option.
Intercepted. Patriots have it, and this one picked off by Kay Como, his second interception. Returned it 17 yards.
Again, Chandler Field floats the ball out there, hangs it up into the air, really not on target. Sitting back there playing center field was the free safety, Cade Como, right into his hands. He gets his second interception for the season.
Well, the flag's down. Eddie Allamore will explain it.
Block for the boy waist during the return, number 48. Half the distance, down.
And Johnny, you're talking about playing the read option. You see that, I'm sure, every week at the level you're at. It takes those athletic defensive ends and outside linebackers to be able to do things like that. They've got to sometimes play the dive, sometimes play the quarterback, sometimes give the image, depending on what front you're playing and what their assignment is, to be able to give the impression that they're playing the dive, but then fall back and retrace your steps to come back off on a quarterback. And there's a lot of athleticism that's involved in doing that, and the average person sitting at home really doesn't get that.
Right, they say, well, why don't you just tackle that guy?
Right,
I mean, he's got the ball, tackling out the ball, and and again, it's probably every opponent that we've played this year and that we're going to play has that in their arsenal.
Yeah.
And what's been really great about it, of course, in the state of Louisiana and the football that it has is, these coaches are excellent, and they go around the country and they learn from the best guys, and in playing this type of football, and again, it's the read option out of the gun, and what you said is exactly correct. You've got to give those illusions and not tip your hand, because if you're going to tip your hand, it's going to be a tough one to finish, to get those guys on the ground.
Right, and especially at the level that you're at, you got to find those guys that are capable of doing those sort of things that are on your team. And it's tough to do that, and that's the reason why the read option and all of these RPOs now seem to be all up and down the level of the thing and the direction that offenses are going to be able to put athletes like that in binds.
Right, well, the complexity of the offenses, like you just mentioned, the RPOs, become the option football. It's three phases. It's the running back, it's the quarterback, and then of course with the pass option into it, now it separates your secondary. So, you have to really change those things up, and you have to be able to blitz some. You have to be able to play some man free, and then, of course, sit back in coverage and hope you can bait him into exactly what happened with Chandler just now, kind of overthrowing to a center fielder guy. But, you know, we see it every week, and it's a challenge to present a new plan every week. And I think that's what's fun about the college game.
Tell you what's also interesting, Johnny, is watching Rummel tonight with the spread offense. You don't see them getting into many two-back sets and things of that nature, so it's kind of odd to see that kind of look.
Well, it is, and especially, you know, it's interesting, and Jay has been a pound 'em and ground 'em game all of his career, but the athletes that you're getting nowadays with their ability to catch balls, because, you know, in our day they handed it off, and that was the big thing. Now they're uncomfortable handing the ball. Last night in our game, there was probably 15 quarterback, running back exchange issues and no drop passes. So you very rarely see that. Receivers are much better today.
Right.
Special thanks to Perrin's Restaurant, located at 2216 Hickory Avenue in Harahan, open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, featuring weekday lunch specials, plus kids eat free every Tuesday and Wednesday night. Dine in or have it delivered through the Waiter app from Perrin's. That was Donovan Kaufman. Got up, ran off. Seems to be okay.
Well, Johnny, have you adjusted to the weather up there?
You know, unfortunately and fortunately, we went through a very mild winter last year. You know, I went and got a snowblower, and I had the salt bags all stacked up in the garage, and I think I went through one salt bag and didn't use this. Actually, I did use a snowblower, and the first maybe a quarter inch of snow, and my neighbors were outside laughing at me. So we are prepared. Actually, you know, it's interesting. It's a dry cold. And what I say is when you guys are suffering through the summers, we're sitting there. We got a nice little fire pit in the backyard, and it's, you know, and it's 65 degrees.
There you go. There's pluses and there's minuses.
Everywhere you go.
All the folks up there looking at a South Louisiana boy trying to scrape the ice off his windshield.
Hilarious.
Guggenheim
hilarious.
Straight ahead, third down short. And they are at the 4-yard line. Can make a first down. At the 2, they don't have to worry about it because they are in the end zone. Touchdown, Guggenheim.
Tell you what, they run the veer again. Guggenheim makes the perfect read on the defensive end. Last man on the line of scrimmage, and he disconnects the ball. Good look at that right there. There's his read. There's his disconnect. Tell you who doesn't make the play and should have made the play right there. Should have been the outside linebacker. Walked up, rolled up on the line of scrimmage right there was Eric Petey. That runs right through his arms. He needed to fit tighter down off of that defensive end collapse. Guggenheim takes advantage of that and scores right into the end zone for another touchdown.
Johnny, before we let you go, just quick thoughts on your own career in coaching and your way back down here, move up, stay where you're at.
Well, yeah, I think, you know, the opportunities, whatever opportunities present themselves, but I'm super happy. I work for a really great guy in Mike New. You know, he is.
Everybody recognizes that
absolutely.
name.
Mike was with the New Orleans Saints, and of course, he was with Tulane when Tulane went to the New Orleans Bowl.
Half the distance of the.
And
we play try.
The thing about Mike is Mike is an ultra competitive guy. We're building the program the right way. We've got a bunch of guys who are playing 31 freshmen right now. We're the youngest team in the country. But you know, we're seeing progress. Our guys are playing with an awful lot of grit and fight. The numbers aren't producing the way that we want them to. We're on our 4th quarterback. But you know what? That quarterback, Drew Plitt, came in there last night and played with guts. And, you know, against Toledo, who's a really good football team. And, you know, we're going to make progress. And we're going to get it turned around at Ball State. And I'm excited for that. And we're going to get that done.
Thank you, Johnny. Appreciate it. Good luck against Eastern Michigan. Good luck at Ball State.
Great to see you, Johnny. Good luck. And stay warm up there.
You got it, my man. I'll send you some snow down.
Point after touchdown. Good. Patriots with a 28-14 lead. Back right after this.
Tell me about it. The kids need braces. I need a root canal. And Dad's old dentures are broken. That means 3 dental appointments all across town.
Bobby Abear?
Mom, you need to call Louisiana Dental Center. They see kids and adults and have specialists at every location. They even have Friday and Saturday appointments.
That's great. I'll call him now. But who's going to do the dishes?
Yeah, I know. Me and my big mouth.
Riverlands Insurance Services, a team of professional agents serving Southeast Louisiana for over 40 years, focused on planning, implementing quality with personalized insurance.
The strength of our company is our core of over 90 professionals specializing in the everyday needs of family to the complex world of business and risk management.
Cost-effective insurance planning is how we help our families and our businesses every day. We don't wait for a disaster, we prepare for them.
Count on Riverlands Insurance Services.
Colin Guggenheim, he does it all for these John Curtis Patriots. Sophomore quarterback. Young, but plays with the maturity of a senior. Scoring 3 plays, 13 yards. Took a minute, 9 seconds off the clock, and Guggenheim took it himself from 4 yards out into the end zone to give the Patriots a 2-touchdown lead over the Raiders.
And it's his 14th touchdown this season. I told you how they're going to score using running backs or quarterbacks. That's one of the way they're doing it. They do it with their veer offense. He had the proper read that time, and he scores his 14th touchdown.
Now this time it's not Walker, it's Chase. Gets his hands on the football, breaks tackles, breaks another tackle. How does he escape? Jamar Chase. It's a foot race with a cut to the inside and dragged down with a touchdown. Saving tackle. My goodness, Jamar Chase looked like he was going to be brought down way back in Rummel territory, and somehow he escapes for 84 total yards.
Watch him hit a crease right here. There it is. Right there. Missed tackle 1, missed tackle 2, missed tackle 3, missed tackle 4.
And one before that, I think 5.
Watch the kicker slow him down and bring him down for the tackle right there. Great effort by the kicker. I tell you what, that's what you're supposed to do as a kicker, is slow him down and wait for the rest of the guys to show up to make the saving tackle.
Curtis had scored 3 touchdowns in the last 6 plays, and Rummel realized there's a sense of urgency needed and got it because they got the football in the hands of Jamar Chase. Not that they needed to, because Jermaine Walker was giving them that kind of return also. Join Cox Sports Television as the network celebrates its 15th anniversary. CST, 15 years and counting. It premieres tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central. The 1-hour documentary will feature some of the most influential people that have helped the network turn into the Gulf South sports leader. Don't miss the behind-the-scenes stories, as well as a countdown of the most memorable moments since the network was launched on October the 28th, 2002. Well, congratulations to CST. What a great history, great growth in the sports industry, and what it's meant to this area and to everywhere Cox is located nationwide. Raiders are ready on first down. Jackson on the ground to the 10, no more.
Stacked up the inside zone read right there. Chauncey Crum, their second leading tackler, right there steps up and makes a nice stick on Kirel Jackson. Chauncey Crum gets the right read off of the inside veer, and he gets a clear call from his linebacker position. And the clear call, or the clear look, he steps right up into the hole and meets Kirel Jackson right there for no gain.
Well, Jackson did that 3 times. Last time Rummel got close, and the 3rd time he scored. Let's see if they try him again straight ahead. Chandler Fields at quarterback. They do try him there. And again, the Patriots shut the door.
You get man coverage right there all across the board by the Patriots. So they're moving people around by using motions back and forth. And then they hand the ball off on the inside zone play again to Kirel Jackson. And again, no place to go, running into the meat of that defensive line of John Curtis. Good look right there at the brain trust of the offensive staff with head coach Jay Roth.
A 3rd down 9, too. Jay Roth and the Rummel Raiders can get a first down at the 1-yard line. Here's the quick lob into the back of the end zone, and it is incomplete, out of bounds. Going again for a Jeremy Walker, big 6-foot senior, tall frame.
Throwing the fade route or the 9 route into the corner, trying to throw the ball right up to the pylon. You'll get a look at it as the ball's coming down on the end of the play. They're aiming for the pylon right there, but it's just way out of bounds. Not a chance to catch that ball. And I think right now the right thing to do is Rummel goes for the 3 points.
He is, Walker, that is, the best hands receiver on this Raider team, and they went for that lob, letting him get that big 6-foot frame up there. Try to pull it down. They will go, or try rather, for the field goal. 26 yards. Chris Freebert, he kicks it. It's going to be close. It is no good. It just curled out at the last moment. Freebert missed it.
Well, the way things are going, Ken, back and forth in this close ball game, he needs to pull himself together because he might be needed in the end, coming back with another kick that could mean the ball game for him. It's just a bit outside.
Oh, it looked like.
Oh, right across the top.
Oh, my goodness.
Huh?
It looked like it went right over the
right over the
upright.
top. I don't know if you caught my anachronism there, just a bit outside. We are in a baseball stadium.
That would have been a home run if it would be a foul pole way down one of the right or left field lines, but unfortunately, no. A pass. Wow, and why am I saying that? Because the Patriots don't throw this many times in a football game, but they are doing it tonight. And that one pulled down by Tyrone Leggett.
Well,
he is the son of the former Saints player, cornerback, Tyrone Leggett, senior.
We're talking about, Sean Curtis throwing the ball a little bit here, but they're taking what's being given to them. You can see Tyrone Leggett's numbers right there, 19 receptions, 410 yards, a 21.6 yard average. They're taking what they get. That's what they want to do with their veer offense.
On the ground for second down.
If Curtis is going to take what they're going to get, that means Rummel has got to be able to change their fronts a little bit from 8-man fronts to 7-man fronts to kind of mix things up a little bit. Because anytime they're getting into an 8-man front, Curtis is going to run some sort of play action pass, throw the ball a little bit. Again, depending on what Rummel's giving them defensively, Curtis will take what they get.
Brule with a big tackle on Ernest Jones' first carry for the Patriots. And Brule coming in again with 39 tackles. One of the top 3 tacklers on this football team. Putting him at the middle linebacker slot tonight, so that he could make plays on both sides of the field. Glenn Beal again, the tight end, out to the 40-yard line. Will be very close to a first down. I think he's got it.
We saw that play earlier in the first quarter. Beal out into the flat off a play-action pass. What he does is he gets out there so fast and he gets leverage on the defender, and he's a big target. It's easy just to throw the ball right out there to him. No play action, it was just simple sprint out. Beal out in the flat. He's got leverage out there on Ron Franklin, and all you got to do is throw in his vicinity with that big target, and he's going to catch it and pick up a few yards by just falling forward. There he does it, gets the first down.
Easy to see why he's got 19 Division I offers. We think LSU, Alabama, Ole Miss are his top 3 first down for the Patriots. After going to the air, they'll keep it on the ground. And the Patriots run Corey Wren, the sophomore, for the first time tonight.
Well, that's a power scheme right there. They're trying to kick out the force right there with the near back and hand off to Corey Wren to try to bounce off tackle right there. But there was really nowhere to go inside. So what does he do? He bounces out around to try to run daylight for just a small pickup. He's one of that herd, and I'll say herd, of Rummel backs. They just keep shuttling those guys in and out, and they're all going to get their touches tonight.
Brule and Franklin combine for the stop. Second down, 9. Motion flags thrown. We are down to almost the 4-minute mark of the first half.
On the offense, number 15. A penalty. Second down.
Told you in the open that when these two football teams get together, records really don't matter. It's usually a classic football game, and I think the first half of this football game, as we said, with 4 minutes and 4 seconds, or 4:02 rather, showing on the clock before halftime, it's given us everything we've asked for in a football game.
Well, let me tell you, in four minutes before halftime, as fast and as explosive as most of these offenses are, we could see a couple more scores. So
earlier tonight, Curtis scored 3 touchdowns in 6 plays. Not this time, though. Raiders close everything up with Quentin Cage. He's been playing up from his safety position tonight, and they've asked him to keep a spy-like attitude on the quarterback, Colin Guggenheim. A lot of pressure on this young man to do just that and keep him in check, keep the quarterback in check.
Well, again, he has to play responsibility football against the veer option. He's going to be that linebacker that's going to have to fit off of the down block of the defensive end on the dive. He's got to take the quarterback off of the option.
Third down, 14 from the 38. Colin Guggenheim in trouble, and he's sacked. Charge was on, and the Raiders were coming hard. Guggenheim turned around and just saw nothing but a lot of Glenn Thurman and company.
Well, Rummel goes to man coverage right there, and they bring a strong safety blitz. Off the edge, you saw Corey Smooth, number 8, coming through there, which drew a blocker, which opened it up for the inside rushing attack in order to get the sack right there. Big number 99 was in on that, Glenn Thurman. And I tell you what, great call by the defensive staff of Rummel to switch things up a little bit.
Austin McCready. Gets the Patriots out of trouble with a pretty good punt of 39 yards. And Rummel will have 2 minutes and 3 seconds in the first half to see if they can pull within 1 touchdown of the Patriots. Your new home for the latest sports news in Southeast Louisiana is CrescentCitySports.com. Crescent City Sports offers unique features and opinions from a team of local writers, plus live web streams of high school games and Louisiana's best prep football scoreboard. It's all at CrescentCitySports.com. And you know, if you're not at the television right now where you can watch this game on CST, you can be watching the stream on CrescentCitySports.com. And also watching one of the best high school scoreboards, the best high school football scoreboard in the state of Louisiana, maybe in the nation. Saw a good shot of Jay Roth. He knows that the Raiders have to make the most of these final 2 minutes in the first half, and they go to Jamar Chase on the first down play.
They get it out there in a quick wide receiver screen, and he's electrifying when he gets the ball in his hands. Look at him right there, make a move and pick up some much-needed yardage. They have 2 timeouts left.
Yeah, but he was trying to get out of bounds, and he couldn't get out of bounds to stop the clock. And now Chandler Fields, running for his life, couldn't unload it, but does he get out of bounds to stop the clock? And he does not, so the clock continues to run. Chandler Fields was trying to get out.
Well, that's what I was trying to say. They've got 2 timeouts. They're going to have to be very wise what they do. He didn't get out of bounds. Apparently his knee came down before he rolled out of bounds. Clock's still running. Don't see any indication from the Rummel sideline about a timeout. You might see one after this play.
Third down, 9. Fields with the throw. Chase with the catch at the 45-yard line. He gets out of bounds. That'll stop the clock, which would have stopped anyway as they move the chains. First down, Raiders.
What hurt was the scramble by Fields not getting out of bounds right there. And right there, Rummel should have called a timeout when they knew he was not out of bounds. Probably clear across the field. The Rummel staff could not see that.
Well, kind of hope for Rummel would hope that's an incompletion. A diving attempt by the Raiders. But is the clock still running? That's Cole Young, 38. Up. Catch. Good look at it from the John Curtis bench. Quarterback Colin Guggenheim. Seeing how his friend Chandler Fields is doing this drive. Fields with the toss out to Correll Jackson, the running back out of the backfield. 16, 15, clock still ticking, and now timeout called.
Well, I'll tell you what, they had 2 timeouts, and I can't figure it out. We're going to take a look at our standings first, and then I'm going to kind of talk about the timeout situation there that Jay had the opportunity, Coach Roth had the opportunity to use.
Big game last night in which Holy Cross defeated St. Augustine.
Well, I'll tell you what, how big was that? What that did is that opened things up for tonight for John Curtis. If they win, they're outright district champs. That's one of the things we talked about in our pregame show. Jesuit, you can see down there struggling at the bottom. They're playing tonight out of the district at Destrehan. And then you have, of course, Brother Martin right there in the pack. and Rummel right there neck to neck, and then Shaw plays tomorrow afternoon right here at the Shrine, and that's going to be a big game for Brother Martin. I tell you what, all of those teams are going to make the playoffs, and up and down that list, Ken, any one of them can make big, big noise in Division I playoffs.
Jay Roth talked about this at the New Orleans Quarterback Club, sponsored by the Sugar Bowl and the Sports Foundation and Crescent City Sports. And he was talking about the fact that every game is so important, no matter where you're at in the standings, because you're playing for seeding in the playoff, for the better game in the playoffs. Dropped by Chase. Jamar Chase saw it coming, couldn't hold it.
Well, that's very rare out of that young man. You don't see many of those. He probably took his eyes off the ball there for a second, was thinking about getting up the field or getting out of bounds before he actually had the ball. First of all, you got to catch the ball. But going back to the timeout situation in this series of plays right there, Rummel and Jay Roth had 2 timeouts coming into it with a little over a minute 30 seconds. Now, I've been there. Couldn't see if your quarterback got out of bounds, and you couldn't see if the ball was on the ground on the quick screen. You don't know whether to call timeout or not. And I tell you what, valuable time was clicked off the clock in a scoring situation that could have possibly gotten to field goal range.
Freebert to punt with 15 seconds left. Averages 35. And this one will be touched dead at about the 18-yard line, maybe 19-yard line. 31-yard punt. Probably time for one play. At halftime, we're going to have Ken Trahan from Crescent City Sports and the recruiting guru himself, Renee Nadeau, talking about prospects, recruiting, who's stealing who. Nobody ever came into your house when you were a head coach and tried to steal a player away after they had made a verbal commitment somewhere else, did they?
Well,
Renee and Kenny know, and they're going to have it for you at halftime.
They've got the inside scoop because he is a guru.
Well, Colin Guggenheim takes the knee, and that's going to do it at halftime. In a thriller of a first half, the John Curtis Patriots lead the Rummel Raiders by 2 touchdowns, 28-14, here at the Shrine on Airline. Back with our halftime show right after this. A lot of fans enjoying this one. Correll Jackson broke the plane of the goal line a few times. Get set for a good halftime show, and we'll be back with the second half soon.
Now that we're a proud partner of the New Orleans Saints, we're being flooded with Saints fans.
Louisiana Dental Center. Yes, ma'am, we're home with a same-day appointment. And remember, we cater to cowards.
To help with the influx, we've added some new staff members to get some things done around here.
Yo, Saint, you could cover for me? I'm going to lunch.
Yeah, I think they're really starting to catch on. But I'm not really sure about that receptionist.
Smile, guys! Plane! My camera.
Anyone else feel a bit hot?
No worries, ladies. Got the shot.
Is my hair okay?
This is a great shot.
We're getting this sweating off on the right track.
We started Youth Run NOLA as a group of classroom teachers wanting to spend some more time with our students after school. The kids of Youth Run NOLA don't necessarily have a lot of opportunity. Being a part of the Crescent City Classic has significantly impacted our ability to raise money, enough funds to transport all of our kids back and forth, buy them all the equipment they need to go running safely. Winning the race is not the most important thing. This is all about setting a goal and achieving it.
Your home for the best in coverage of pro, college, and prep sports in the New Orleans area is CrescentCitySports.com. Whether it's news, opinions, live video webcasts of high school sports, or Louisiana's best prep football scoreboard, you can get it all at Crescent City Sports. The name may be new, but it's the same great coverage you've gotten for years from our team of New Orleans natives. Click it now and like us on social media at CrescentCitySports.com.
Welcome back to halftime. Ken Trahan of CrescentCitySports.com. We switch venues now from the Shrine-Out Airline to Rock and Bowl, iconic venue, 3016 South Carrollton Avenue, and proud sponsor of CrescentCitySports.com. And we talk recruiting with our good and great friend Renee Nato of CrescentCitySports.com. Renee, it's great to have you with us.
Great to be with you, Ken, and we enjoyed a great game between two powers in New Orleans.
Indeed, always great to see these programs perform. It doesn't get much better than John Curtis and Archbishop Rummel. With regard to recruiting in the New Orleans area this year, just a general thought quickly about how good is the crop of players from the greater New Orleans area?
I'll say this real quick, Kenny, and I put this on Crescent City Sports. I came up with a list of 50, and I had a cut to get to 50. So you got a lot of players that are being recruited and have some multiple scholarship offers, and that's it goes to show the kind of talent, the coaching, and everybody in the country knows the talent we have in New Orleans area.
So we look at your rankings, and you had preseason rankings for your top players in the metro area. And as the season goes on, obviously things are going to change. Talk about some of the players whose stock is rising as we speak.
Well, you know, one of the guys you're looking at tonight, Brandon Davis from John Curtis, he had 5 interceptions last year, and he had 2 against Rummel, the team he's playing tonight. He's an outstanding baseball player as a shortstop, as you all know, made All-State last year, Kenny. He's got scholarship offers from UL Monroe, South Alabama, Colorado State, Nichols, but Memphis, Tulane, and some others are looking at him really, really hard. He's a great cornerback. Julian Gums reminds me a lot of Terrence McGee. Same kind of build. Maybe McGee's a little faster, but he's a Nichols commit right now from De La Salle. Jordan Loving, 545 yards against Rummel earlier this year. He looks like an AAC, Sun Belt, or Conference USA type quarterback. Great skills, good baseball, good basketball player. And Jamarin James, who's committed to Tulane from De La Salle. He can have an impact like a Tanzel Smart if he does attend Tulane. He's a little undersized, maybe 6'1.5", about 280, but he's a leader up front. He set the squat record at De La Salle, very powerful, a powerful player, and he could be an impact player as a freshman at Tulane.
As we look at your top 10, let's talk about numbers 10 through 6 in collective fashion. You've got John Ehret's Isaiah Windman in the 10 spot, Puka Williams of Hahnville in the 9 spot, Aaron Brule of Archbishop Rummel 8th, Glenn Beal of John Curtis Christian 7th, and Jamal Houston of John Ehret 6th. A couple of Ehret guys and a couple of kids in this game.
Yeah, and Glenn Beal is a guy, Kenny's got great size. He can split out. He's a good blocker. I think he likes LSU a good bit. Puka Williams, and I have to say, and you may agree or disagree, but you'd have to go back to maybe a Joe McKnight to have a guy who makes that kind of impact. He's got the kind of skills that Puka Williams can impact the game much like Joe McKnight. He's committed to Kansas, but many other schools are getting in on him, including LSU. Isaiah Windham is a player that's attracted a lot of people. UCLA is one of the schools, Arizona State, Colorado, Arkansas, and he's a safety out of Ehret. Aaron Brule can play as a freshman. He's committed to Georgia right now. He's playing in the game tonight for Rummel. He's a safety, 6'2", about 200 pounds. He could want to playing outside linebacker, but he's a vicious, violent hitter and a playmaker. And Jamal Houston, good enough to play cornerback, but he's a good wide receiver. 4'4", 240, was out last year with an ACL tear, but he's back this year, and he's really, really playing well.
Got a Kansas commit there, got other Kansas commits, and yet others who were committed to Kansas who have decommitted and gone elsewhere. That's clearly the effect of Tony Hall, the former Warren Easton head coach. Talk about the impact he's had and how he's convincing these kids to consider Kansas far from being a football power.
You know, it's a lot like if you remember back in the day when a lot of kids, Cordell Stewart and a lot of kids went to Colorado. And it's the same type of thing. You get guys who feel family, and Tony Hall is so family in Kansas, and he's got quite a few commitments from area kids to go to Kansas and turn that program around. Instant, immediate playing opportunities there, and much like Arkansas and Colorado have done in the past with area kids, Tony Hall is selling an opportunity to play, and right now they need some wins, but a lot of kids are committed there, but they're still looking at other schools and keeping the doors open.
Finally, let's take a look at your top 5 players in Southeast Louisiana. You have them in order. You could flip any one of these because they're that good. And you got a couple of players each from 2 schools, 2 from McDonough 35, 2 from Landry Walker. Joe Fuchsia of McDonough 35 in the 5 spot. Corione Harris of Landry Walker in the 4 spot. Lawrence Keys of McDonough 35, 3. Jamar Chase of Rummel 2. Devontae Jason of Landry Walker in the top spot. Talk about these.
Joe Fuchsia, I think, is going to be an LSU Auburn kind of situation, Kenny. He's a safety. He's a big-time hitter, no false steps, could play outside linebacker. He will light you up if you come into his territory. Corian Harris has played some Wildcat quarterback, as you well know, for Landry Walker. He's committed to Kansas right now, but I think LSU, Texas, Arkansas, Auburn, Florida are making a push. He's a one-time LSU pledge, and he runs like a deer as a point guard in basketball. Lawrence Keys, LSU really likes this guy a lot. Matt Canada and Mickey Joseph are on him pretty hard. He runs a 10-300, 4.43, 4.35, 40. LSU, Auburn, Notre Dame, Houston, TCU, and Nebraska on him. He's quick as a cheetah. He can turn things around, and that jet sweep really, really appeals to him. Jamar Chase or Devontae Jason could either be flip-flop, one or two there. Jamar Chase committed to Florida right now. He's a Big 12 or an SEC-type receiver, very physical. Was a state long jump champ last year at Rummel with over 24-foot jump. Super hands, great work ethic. And Devontae Jason, Kenny, with that 6'3", 217-pound NFL-type body, Velcro hands, great catching radius, and he's a nightmare to cover. And that's just a little bit opportunity, you know, for him too. Kansas is looking at it, or he's committed to Kansas, but he likes what LSU is doing, and he's looking hard at the Tigers right now, and there's some mutual interest there.
Renee, as always, thank you. It's a pleasure. You can read Renee's work at CrescentCitySports.com all the time. We'll visit again soon.
Thank you, Kenny.
Back with more of our halftime show in just a moment. John Curtis and Archbishop Rummel here on Cox Sports Television and Crescent City Sports.
People choose Helm Paint because we've been around for so long.
I thoroughly enjoy working with my customers.
We have dedicated employees.
They mix any colors for me that I need, and any type of equipment, they're there to show me how to use it.
And we look out for our customers.
At Helm Paint, we are committed to our customers providing superior materials, unsurpassed customer service, and the most experienced people to help guide you through your painting project.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Riverlands Insurance Services, a team of professional agents serving Southeast Louisiana for over 40 years, focused on planning, implementing quality with personalized insurance.
The strength of our company is our core of over 90 professionals specializing in the everyday needs of family to the complex world of business and risk management.
Cost-effective insurance planning is how we help our families and our businesses every day. We don't wait for a disaster, we prepare for them.
Count on Riverlands Insurance Services.
Tell me about it. The kids need braces, I need a root canal, and Dad's old dentures are broken. That means 3 dental appointments all across town.
Bobby Abear?
Mom, you need to call Louisiana Dental Center. They see kids and adults and have specialists at every location. They even have Friday and Saturday appointments.
That's great. I'll call him now. But who's going to do the dishes?
Yeah, I know. Me and my big mouth.
Your home for the best in coverage of pro, college, and prep sports in the New Orleans area is CrescentCitySports.com. Whether it's news, opinions, live video webcasts of high school sports, or Louisiana's best prep football scoreboard, you can get it all at Crescent City Sports. The name may be new, but it's the same great coverage you've gotten for years from our team of New Orleans natives. Click it now and like us on social media at CrescentCitySports.com.
Welcome back to the Shrine on Airline, where at halftime, the John Curtis Patriots are leading the Rummel Raiders 28-14 in what has been one whale of a football game. Here's a look at scores from around the state. Get the most and complete up-to-date Louisiana prep football scoreboard anywhere at CrescentCitySports.com, presented by the All-State Sugar Bowl.
A few of these were played last night. They were worried about the weather coming in soon here, so they elected to play last night. You see a couple of them up there in
especially in North Louisiana.
Right. Absolutely, North Louisiana, the Janicolware Parish. What a great football game that was. And how about the Notre Dame Pioneers in a district game out there with Welsh, really putting the wood to those guys. And look at the De La Salle St. Charles Catholic game at halftime. I tell you what,
wow.
How good is De La Salle? Big one last night. Big win for Zachary, beating Scotlandville. And then the game that kind of set up the district championship for John Curtis tonight, should they pull this out, was the Holy Cross St. Aug game played last night at Tad Gormley, 17-6. Some really great ball games.
Frank Monica at St. Charles Catholic might start a campaign to have De La Salle move up to the Catholic League in 9-5A. Good look at our scoreboard. Back with more in just a moment.
Louisiana Dental Center, your dental home team. Proud partner of the New Orleans Saints and the LSU Tigers.
Joe Brown Park has always been a kind of haven, but the storm left it in a mess. Kids that don't have a safe place to play and go to end up in trouble. After Katrina, I didn't know if Joe Brown would ever come back, but it did, and today its facilities are second to none. We're developing kids that will become champions in our community, in school, in business, and in life.
People choose Helm Paint because we've been around for so long.
I thoroughly enjoy working with my customers.
We have dedicated employees.
They mix any colors for me that I need, and any type of equipment, they're there to show me how to use it.
And we look out for our customers.
At Helm Paint, we are committed to our customers providing superior materials, unsurpassed customer service, and the most experienced people to help guide you through your painting project.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Looking to purchase or refinance a home? Check out NOLA Lending Group, a division of Fidelity Bank. They are your home loan specialist. Find them online and get started at nolalending.com. Here for you and here for good. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
What a great first half from the Shrine on Airline, where the John Curtis Patriots lead the Rummel Raiders 28-14. And I think Wade Kaiser, along with Ken Berthelot here, the biggest surprise for me, and I think a lot of people watching this game, is that John Curtis throws the football. And they threw more in the first half than they've thrown all season.
Well, as I said, they're using what they're getting from the defense to be able to throw the play action passes, the quick sprint outs, hitting a big target like bailout in the flats, things of that nature. They're using what they're getting from a real good Rummel defense, and it's working.
And Rummel has gotten what they needed from special teams. They've had great kickoff returns from Chase and Walker. And to tell you, it's been amazing the kind of field position they've had. They could have 2 or 3 more touchdowns on the board.
Right now, they're down there figuring out who they're going to kick the ball off to, because they do not want to kick it to either one of the guys back there for Rummel, because I tell you what, these guys are taking off.
Last week, Brother Martin pooched kicks so that neither one of those 2 returners could get the football. Let's take a look at the highlights, and we've had some real good ones here. It started off right here with Washington busting through, going 32 yards for the touchdown, 7-0.
That's Evan Francione with a big pass out there, getting caught thrown by Chandler Fields for 44 yards for a touchdown. There's your touchdown, wide open.
That tied the game at 7. Washington again from in close. Makes it 14-7.
And then you got Curell Jackson on the inside zone with a nice run for another touchdown for Rummel.
And then here's the #1 tight end prospect in the state of Louisiana, Glenn Beal, on the reception, 56 yards. And John Curtis takes the lead at 21-14.
There's a nice interception. The ball floats out of the hands right there, and Cade Como comes up with the big pick for the Patriots, and then that sets up a touchdown. Guggenheim, 4-yard run on an inside veer. He keeps the ball. Touchdown, Guggenheim.
And the extra point, or the field goal attempt, rather, that looked like it was right over the upright, but just curved out, was no good. And we stand at 28-14, John Curtis over Rummel at the half. Take a look at the stats. Anything jump out at you right here besides the passing yardage? by John Curtis.
Well, the passing yardage, John Curtis definitely jumps out at you, but they're taking what they're getting from the Rummel defense. You look at the total yards. I would have expected a little bit more total yardage from Rummel right there. They've had some big plays set up, short yardage for them to be able to try to get points and score, but they haven't capitalized on that. You got even on turnovers right there. One thing John Curtis cannot do tonight is they cannot turn the ball over. They did it on the very first play from scrimmage. That's one thing I'm sure JT is going to talk to those guys about, to secure the ball.
John Curtis is averaging 102 passing yards a game. They've got 105 in the first half. No telling what's going to happen on senior night here for John Curtis at the Shrine on Airline. Back with more in a moment.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the blue chip athlete to blue collar worker. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
Okay, listen up. I know you offer great auto rates, local agents, fast, friendly claims, but do you want to be a legend? You got to get tough, kid. When I'm done with you, nothing's going to keep you down.
Great talk, Brett. Can we get back to your auto quote now?
All right, sure.
Great.
Get great auto rates and local agents at favrates.com from Farm Bureau Insurance.
How about some water?
No, thanks, I'm good.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the Grand Slam hitter to grandparents. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
High school football from Crescent City Sports on Cox Sports Television is brought to you by Louisiana Dental Center, a team of local general dentists and specialists working together to care for your entire family. Louisiana Dental Center, your dental home team. By NOLA Lending Group, your home loan specialists. By Operation Lifesaver, promoting rail safety throughout Louisiana. By Helm Paint and Decorating, steering you in the right direction. And by Louisiana Lift, for your equipment, service, parts, and rental needs in Southeast Louisiana. Teams are back on the field, getting ready for the start of the second half. Shrine on Airline, 28-14. Curtis with a 2-touchdown lead. Ken Berthelot along with Wade Kaiser, our entire Cox Sports Television crew, bringing you great pictures from the Shrine. Talk a little bit about the action yesterday. I still go back to that Holy Cross St. Augustine game, and we also haven't had a chance to talk about Live Oak Walker yet. We've talked already about Holy Cross, but let's take a look at the Live Oak.
Good look right there at the Live Oak Walker game. I tell you what, they
it's a 43-yard pass from Christian Ard to Jalen Cook for a 21-17 lead. Live Oak answered. That was for Walker. Live Oak answered with 5 minutes left on a run by Khalil Smith. Then the Eagles clinched it with a late fourth down stop to wrap up a 24-21 victory over a Walker team coached by former Tulane great Lester Ricard.
There you go. Lester's doing a great job in his first year up there at Walker. Put him in a position last night, if not mistaken, that had huge district implications right there. Definitely playoff implications. He's a fine coach, and he'll do a great job at Walker High School. It's nice to see some of those games last night. They with some great highlights.
Oh, we looked at some scores. We talked about playoffs, and what's so important about this game? You mentioned it 2 or 3 times tonight, including in the open of our broadcast. Power rating, so critical.
Well, if you look at that, everybody in Division I makes the playoffs. Don't get me started on that scenario, all right? I've talked about it going on, 4 years now, 5 years now.
Jay Roth sounded off at the quarterback club about it, too.
So it's been beat to death. It's not going to change. But if you look at it right there, there's your top 10 teams in Division I. They're all buying right now for the highest power rating that they can get, and they want to get into that bye situation for 1, 2, and 3 on that bracket, and then a home game at 4, 5, 6, and 7. So what they're trying to fight for is that bye or that home game. And also, right now, Rummel, and I should have said 8-2, Rummel is sitting in a position it will help them tonight secure, if they can get a win, increase that power rating so that they can get a home playoff game. They want to be the spoiler, as we talked about in the pregame show.
For the last 2 seasons, these 2 teams met again in the playoffs, and if the season ended tonight, if I'm figuring this right, they would be playing each other next week or within 2 weeks if they didn't both get a bye in the first.
That is correct.
Probably in the quarters. So, happened the last 2 seasons. They've had to play each other again in the playoffs. Rummel winning 2 years ago, Curtis winning last year. Here we go. Freebert gets the second half underway. From the 1-yard line, Wren. Out to about the 22. So John Curtis and Colin Guggenheim, the sophomore quarterback. Even the Rummel coaches were very impressed the way Guggenheim calls plays, calls the game from the line of scrimmage, sets it up, the maturity of this young man, and they knew they had to do some things to really create some turnovers, wreak a little havoc at the line of scrimmage if they were going to stay in this football game. And I think they've done that, especially on the first play when they created the turnover.
Well, again, it's about assignment football. They got to play with their eyes and then get there with their feet.
On first down. Run up the middle. Washington. What a great first half he had with 2 touchdowns, few big runs. Just a workhorse.
Well, again, he's part of that group of halfbacks, running backs, tailbacks, whatever you want to call them, backs. They're a herd of guys that Coach Curtis, JT Curtis, uses in that backfield to be able to put the ball in fresh hands.
Patriots will keep it on the ground, but there's no going up the middle as the Raiders have found a way to shut that door. Corey Smooth led the charge there, and Aaron Brule and Quentin Cage are the ones also clogging it up.
They had Smooth lined up at the line of scrimmage from his strong safety position, and they pitched everything down inside. Brule scrapes across the top. Number 8 right there, Corey Smooth, no place to go. There was definitely great job with assignment football on that veer option play.
3rd and 8. Guggenheim to the air. They've got the first down. They've got more. This is just a foot race. Here goes Troy Taylor. And Taylor caught and brought down near the 10-yard line. But how about the senior wide receiver on his first reception of this game, 8th of the year?
Well, again, they were taking what they were getting. They had Rummel in man coverage right there. Well, we had a flag on the play. Let's see what we've got.
Offense number 2 had to down.
They're going to bring that all the way back because it was a block below the waist.
JT Curtis.
Not happy.
Not happy at all.
I wouldn't be either.
See if we can pick it up because that wiped out a big gain. See if we can pick out where the block is.
Yeah, it was a block below the waist. See if we get a chop block. There it was right there. The only problem I have with that, it was inside the box, not outside the box. And the rule says in Federation that you've got to be aligned inside the box in order to be able to block somebody below the waist. The running back was within the 3-yard by 4-yard square box, and it looked like he was. It wiped out a 64-yard catch and gain by John Curtis, and no wonder JT Curtis was upset. He'll look back on that film. He's going to question that rule right there. He's going to question that call. I know I would, but he doesn't have the luxury of having film right in front of him like I do.
3rd and 21. Guggenheim throws, caught. Nice diving catch by Tyrone Leggett. It'll be short of the first down, however.
Tyrone Leggett is a tremendous athlete, Ken. He's 5'11", 170. He's got 19 catches to date. Here's the deal. Every time he gets his hands on the ball, he averages 21.9 yards a carry. And once he catches the ball, he's a great athlete.
Needed 21, got about 17. So to bring up 4th down for the Patriots, Austin McCready in for his second punt of the evening. No rush at all. Has plenty of time and sends one angling away from Jamar Chase that goes out of bounds at the 30. So he flipped the field, did okay, and got the Patriots out of a hole. A 43-yard punt from McCready when the Patriots needed it. 28-14. John Curtis with the lead. Back right after this.
We started Youth Run NOLA as a group of classroom teachers wanting to spend some more time with our students after school. The kids of Youth Run NOLA don't necessarily have a lot of opportunity. Being a part of the Crescent City Classic has significantly impacted our ability to raise money, enough funds to transport all of our kids back and forth, buy them all the equipment they need to go running safely. Winning the race is not the most important thing. This is all about setting a goal and achieving it.
Your home for the best in coverage of pro, college, and prep sports in the New Orleans area is CrescentCitySports.com. Whether it's news, opinions, live video webcasts of high school sports, or Louisiana's best prep football scoreboard, you can get it all at Crescent City Sports. The name may be new, but it's the same great coverage you've gotten for years from our team of New Orleans natives. Click it now and like us on social media at CrescentCitySports.com.
Coach Jay Roth and his Raiders get the football for the first time in the second half. Well, when that 64-yard pass play was wiped out by the penalty, Raiders got a break here, and they need to do something with that football. Chandler Fields at quarterback. We'll keep it on the ground with Correll Jackson on first down. Jay Curtis on the stop.
Right, Rummel sets up, and they're in an all-out blitz right there to apply pressure. You saw 6 guys lined up straight across the board right there, kind of jumping up, jumping back to try to confuse the read of Chandler Fields. What does he do? He hands the ball off on an inside zone. Nice numbers right there for Chandler Field. 11 of 15, 91 yards on the night with 1 TD. He's thrown that 1 interception that he floated. He wish he had it back because it led to a John Curtis touchdown.
Hard to run on John Curtis, but the Raiders will try one more time, and they'll try that middle again. A few, but way short of the first down. That'll bring up a big third down play for Rummel.
Nice look right there on the inside zone. Everybody gets a hat on a hat up front. He makes a jump cut right there. 53 needs to stay on that block. That's Casey Manning, one of the guys that was questionable tonight for that offensive line for Rummel, which has been decimated with injuries. Needed to stay on that block to have a shot. Didn't stay on the block.
Third down 5. Jay Roth knows how big of a play this is. Under a little bit of pressure, he'll unload it, and it's intercepted. Unloaded it into a crowd of people, and it's picked off by Cade Beloso.
You don't throw that ball, Ken. It's into a crowd of traffic. You just throw it at the feet of the receiver, live to play another down. He tries to force something in. Cade Beloso does what? Jumps up, picks the ball off. He looks it off, trying to set up a middle screen right there. He sees blue around his receiver. You need to throw that ball at the feet of the receiver so that way it doesn't end up into something like this, a pick. Big play for Cade Beloso, sets up great scoring opportunity for John Curtis.
An LSU baseball commit. Played baseball, did very well. Looked pretty good on that last play. Look at John Curtis, quarterback Colin Guggenheim, racing 31 yards for a touchdown. They got the momentum with the interception, and both John Curtis interceptions have led to points.
Well, interceptions set up points, turnovers set up points, things you want to stay away from. And look at the splits right there. It's counter option. He could have pitched the ball for the touchdown. Great block out there on the edge. What does Guggenheim do? Tucks it under, gets a great read. He's in the end zone. Turnovers lead to touchdowns. That's exactly what happened for the Patriots.
As Brock Onstell comes in to attempt the point after, you see the Patriots just flexing their muscle and showing why they're undefeated in district and 7-1 of the year. Good with the point. 35-14. Curtis with the lead. Colin Guggenheim calling a good game, having a wonderful night, sending his seniors out so far on a good note.
Tell me about it. The kids need braces, I need a root canal, and Dad's old dentures are broken. That means 3 dental appointments all across town.
Bobby Abear?
Mom, you need to call Louisiana Dental Center. They see kids and adults and have specialists at every location. They even have Friday and Saturday appointments.
That's great. I'll call him now. But who's going to do the dishes?
Yeah, I know. Me and my big mouth.
Smile, guys. Wayne! My camera.
Anyone else feel a bit hot?
No worries, ladies. Got the shot.
Is my hair okay?
This is a great shot.
We're getting this sweating off on the right track.
Tell you what, Guggenheim right here. Watch the counter option action. He's going to get the ball one way, the other way. Watch the block on Quentin Cage coming right here. Nice dig, nice cut. Springs him for a 31-yard run touchdown. What a great play. What a great view from our camera angle. I tell you what, guys, you can't draw it up any better than that. That's called loaded option off of a counter look. Great play. Great look. Tony!
He's watching himself on Cox Sports TV and on CrescentCitySports.com. Watching the stream, then checking out the scores to see how everybody else is doing around the state tonight.
There you go.
Hey, Rummel has 205 yards on kickoff returns, including 3 long ones, one by Jamar Chase, the other 2 by Jeremy Walker. Let's see where this one's going. Nobody's getting this one back. It's going deep.
Well, that's the way to do it.
Coming
Put it
back
into the end zone. Keep it out of their hands. I think maybe that was the change at halftime by Coach Curtis. Kick it in the end zone. Don't put it in their hands anymore.
Or pooch kick it.
Or
figure they're going to bring it out to the 30-35 anyway, so just pooch kick it to about the 35. That's what Brother Martin did last week to Rummel. They just wouldn't let Chase and Walker return. Jay Roth knows this is the offensive series that his Raiders have to respond on. Chandler Fields at quarterback. He's had a good night. Just the 2 interceptions coming back to haunt him, both leading to John Curtis touchdowns. On the end around, Jamar Chase breaking tackles as he always does, and he may have a first down. He's right at the marker. Let's see. He does have it.
We saw this in the first half, except it was to Walker. This time they come back with a speed sweep to Jamar Chase, lining up in an empty formation, putting him in motion, moving people around, and putting the ball in one of your best athletes' hands. It's a great way to attack a defense. What's the result? First down, Rummel.
When Chase lines up, as he's doing now, even if they don't show it, he's usually getting double coverage, triple coverage, so you throw it to him on a screen and let him break tackles, let him get yards after the catch as he does right there for a big gain.
This is where he's so dangerous, when you get the ball out to him in space, and if you don't tackle him by the first guy, it's going to take a whole bunch of guys down the field to tackle him as he gets moving, because I tell you what, in the field, he is electric. Nice little wink right at him. Great camera work if you saw the wink in the helmet. Wide receiver screen. He's running away from people. Puts a move.
He knows where the ball's at. He knows where the defense is. He even knows where the camera is. Look at this up the middle by Carell Jackson. Oh, and he's in some pain. Wow, that hurt at the end.
Let's just hope that's a cramp.
Well, you hope so for the Patriots. They have lost 7 players from the start of this season to injuries, including 4 skill position players, wide receiver Cole Young, wide receiver Coy Moore, a tight end Jackson Denny's, and a running back Dwan Trafant.
Inside zone, and he pops it. Great blocking downfield. They wall off the linebacker. And
fell on his knee.
Right, he just gets tripped up the last second. Let's hope that's just a cramp. I'm thinking, possibly ankle or knee. Let's just hope it's a cramp.
Well, we gave you 4 of the injuries. They had 3 more, all 3 offensive linemen, James Johnson, Casey Manning, Ronald Ross, who came back tonight. Been a while since he's been in the lineup for the Raiders, and Correll Jackson has been the go-to running back, backed up by Logan Diggs and Jalen Sturgis.
Well, he's getting up like it's a cramp, Ken. That's real good. The Rummel medical staff out there, you can see tended to him.
Sigh of relief by Raider fans. Jay Roth and Correll Jackson, the senior. 12 rushes tonight, 54 yards and a touchdown, and that's good to see right there that it's starting to work its way out, rather. First down for the Raiders. Right at the edge of the red zone at the 21-yard line of John Curtis. They've got to get points on the board. Here's the screen to Logan Diggs, who replaces Correll Jackson at the running back spot. He's brought down immediately. Diggs, a freshman, 5'11". He's had 20 carries, 83 yards, couple of touchdowns. He's been steady. Doesn't have the experience that Correll Jackson has.
Well, Logan Diggs came over from the secondary. Jay brought him back over. He was originally a running back. They moved him into the secondary, and then they brought him back when their numbers started getting a little depleted. He's a fine athlete. He's going to have a great future as a football player at Rummel High School.
2nd and 8. Fields will have to dump it off to Diggs again. Diggs looked like he was in trouble and just turned downfield and found some yardage.
That's what you get out of Diggs. You get a guy with good hands. He's going to run hard north and south. He can catch the ball out in space like he does here as the safety valve on the little flare route. You see Fields just dumps it out to him. He's got nice hands. He gets the ball and gets north and south immediately to pick up positive yardage. That's what you want to see at a solid running backs.
Approaching the halfway point of the third quarter, so imperative. 3 touchdowns behind for the Raiders to get 7 on the board here, not 3. There's Jamar Chase. He'll grab that ball over his shoulder and take it to the end zone for the touchdown. When you need the big play, you go to your big playmaker, Jamar Chase, a 14-yard touchdown.
He catches that ball, and it looks like he's coming out of a gun for his 10th touchdown of the year as he sprints into that end zone. Here's a good look at it again. They run a little slant, flat. The flat route run by Jamar Chase. Chase catches the ball out in the flat. There's nobody there, and he runs over number 5 right there for John Curtis right there at the end. That was Albert Marquise into the end zone for a big play. Archbishop Rummel needed that to stay in this football game.
Here's the point after. It's good. 35-21. Rummel needed a touchdown, and they got it as we go under the halfway point in the third quarter. We'll be back in just a moment with a Rummel kickoff. John Curtis with the lead, and the football coming back. Jamar Chase with the big play.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the Grand Slam hitter to grandparents. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
Hi, I'm Joe Martin, president of ITI Technical College, and we are so excited to have been awarded Forbes magazine's top 30 two-year technical colleges in America. To achieve this award, ITI was recognized for our high scores in 1, earnings of our graduates, 2, quality of education, and 3, affordability. To learn more, we invite you to visit our campus or go online. ITI Technical College. Begin your journey to a better life.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the blue chip athlete to blue collar worker. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
Momentum has swung over to the Rummel Raiders as they pull within 2 touchdowns of the Patriots. They needed the score. They needed the touchdown, not just the score. They needed the score to be 7, and they got it. Chris Freebert handling both the kicking and the punting chores for the Raiders this year. Sends it on its way. Leggett. He's got room on the sideline. Stiff arms someone out of his way and finally goes out of bounds, but a flag is down, so hold everything. Tyrone Leggett. Well, special teams on kick returns for both teams has been exciting. They've been making some big plays, both sides.
Holding during the return. Number 51, that penalty is declined. Blocking the back during the return, number 49. That penalty accepted, had the distance, first down.
Well, the penalties will kill you in the specialty game when you're going to get big returns. It really hurts you. But you're talking about the special teams kid. Both of these schools do a great job teaching the third phase of the game. Special teams, it's huge. It's important. They make it an emphasis, and you can see it tonight in their return game.
And it's been fun to watch. This is truly a fans' football game. Go back and we'll look at that scoring drive for the Rummel Raiders when they needed it the most.
Well, 6 plays, 80 yards, 2:10 off the clock. Jamar Chase, 14-yard TD catch out of the backfield. Forced touchdown.
Faking a fumble of the football, throwing it out over to the right side with Glenn Beal, and this is the first time that Glenn Beal didn't get something big out of a reception.
Well, that was a nice adjustment right there, and he's saying it was on me. I should have caught the football, but I tell you what the adjustment was right there was by the outside linebacker. Let's see if we can see it on our replay off of play action. We saw this early in the first quarter. Look how quickly they get out there in order to not get outflanked. Very good job right there by Ron Franklin, the junior free safety, number 3.
Remember, Beal, the number 1, and I've said this a lot, but you've got to keep saying it about him, the number tight end prospect in the state of Louisiana, 6'6", 255. Somebody's got to slow him down, needs help. You got to gang tackle Glenn Beal. Second down, 6. Going nowhere. Rummel's found a way to stuff that ground game, and it's coming sometimes from some of the least expected people. Not that time, though. Shane Brotherton, known for clogging up the middle. The first back there to grab and gets a little help from Glenn Thurman and others.
Well, he does a great job coming down, taking the first threat in the veer. Shane Brotherton comes and squeezes the down block. Everybody's playing assignment football right there. There's your result. But remember, veer is like Novocaine. It just keeps on wearing on you and wearing on you until you pop it.
Hey, Brotherton missed this game last year with an injury. He's been waiting for this one for a long time. He's going to not surprise you if he makes a few more big plays. Guggenheim, lots of time. He's going to unload one. Overthrown. Looks like Leggett stopped a little bit and then tried to make up for it and go. Don't know if whether he got caught up or just a misread or what.
Well, he just kind of got jammed up right there. It was a good job by the corner from from Rummel, playing a little jam, man-to-man football out there. If you've noticed, Rummel has gotten into a 5-man front, and they're putting 8 men in the box. So they're playing man-free out on the edge on those wide receivers. And they've got man coverage on the number 1 receiver, number 2 receiver. So what's happening is John Curtis is taking advantage of that, and they're airing the football out, and that's where they're getting some of their deep catches tonight on some of the deep routes.
Austin McCready punting from his end zone. Chase calling for a fair catch and making it.
Well, it started with the penalty, so it puts John Curtis against their end zone, and now it's going to set up great field position for the Raiders.
34-yard punt. Hey, want a 5-star service from a financial institution that you can trust? Hancock and Whitney Bank has you covered with nearly 200 locations across the Gulf South and products for businesses of all sizes. Learn more at HancockWhitney.com. First down, Rummel. Chandler Fields directing the attack to Jamar Chase. Looking for the yak yards after the catch, breaks tackles again. Wanted the spin move, but it stepped out of bounds first. Good thing, because when he puts the spin move on people, it results in more yardage.
Well, there's one of the first times tonight you see a run-pass option. Chandler Fields reads the box, sets the secondary, see how it is set up, and what does he do off the inside zone, picks it up and throws it out to Jamar Chase on the wide receiver screen. He had the option of either giving the ball on the run or throwing the ball out to Chase. Good numbers right there. 10
First down. Terrell Jackson, he's back, he's healthy, he has big yardage, and he's near the 5-yard line.
All off of the run-pass option right there. It sets up the inside zone right there for
a 22-yard gain.
For the running back. Pops it right up the middle. Has a nice job by the offensive line getting to the second level and shielding off those linebackers. Terrell Jackson finds a crease and busts it into the secondary.
At the 5-yard line. Yes, Terrell Jackson might be cramped up again. Watch it. Chandler Fields to Jamar Chase. He dropped the football on his fingertips. Couldn't pull it in. Tough pass to catch.
Tell you what, second drop of the night right there by Jamar Chase. Had one back in the first half. Here's the second. Should have caught the ball, Ken, right in his hands.
It wasn't as far away from him as I thought it was on second look.
It was the same slant, flat route that they ran for the touchdown back a few minutes ago. And I know he wants that one back. He's upset with himself. Ball hits him right in those blue gloves. He needs to catch the thing.
Diggs in for Jackson, who cramped up again. On second down, into the end zone. There's the throw, wide open, caught, touchdown. Cole Young.
That was a wide receiver go off of a wide receiver screen. Only way I can explain it to you. One of the receivers steps back, and we'll see it on the replay in a second. And what happens is Cole Young just bursts up the boundary right there, coming off of what looked like he was breaking down to block the defensive back, scoots right past the defensive back, completely fools the defensive back. It was an easy throw and catch for the Raider offense.
Fourth touchdown of the year for Cole Young, and he was injured, came back okay. There's the point after attempt, and it's blocked. Oh, how big might that be? 35-27. John Curtis with the lead.
Let's take a look at our touchdown first. I want to show you the job out there by Cole Young. He's going to fake blocking over there to your left if we can see it, and he scoots right past everybody in blue. The guys in blue now have their hands out saying, whoa, we were fooled. And here comes your block right off the edge. Right there, looks like it was tipped inside by number 10 for
That's
John
Donnell
Curtis.
Jones. Donnell Jones, Eric Petey, Kay Como was coming hard and made the dive at it, but it was Donnell Jones that went up high, got the tip. There's your scoring drive, and we've got a football game again.
4 plays, 45 yards, touchdown by Young, a 5-yard touchdown catch. Tell you what, that was a great job by those wide receivers setting that play up and completely fooled the John Curtis secondary.
Boy, the Raiders have come right back in this one. It said the momentum had swung their way, and it has. Leggett from the 4-yard line, breaking one tackle, but not the second.
You know who makes that tackle right there?
Jamar Chase, your wide receiver.
Jamar Chase,
good on
your wide
special
receiver.
teams.
He's everywhere tonight on the field. He's making tackles, he's catching balls, he's dropping a few balls, he's scoring touchdowns. That's high school athletics. That's what it's all about, Ken. Great kids out there having fun out there, being athletes, and that's what he is.
Too.
And I would be too. I mean, all the stuff he's doing tonight.
Tell you what, with the routes, the kickoff return, the pass catches, the touchdowns, he's probably run about 5 miles.
Good look at the replay right here. Leggett takes it, bounces to a right, and look at the tackle.
Attempted tackle before finally being caught by Chase and getting some help from Corey Smooth.
Well, I'll tell you what, I recognize that guy in the blue shorts holding that foot back right there. That's a Rummel grad, and that's my son, Connor Kaiser. He's doing his thing. Absolutely, look at that.
Didn't want to go to coaching, did he?
I'm just trying to get him off the.
Different career.
I'm just trying to get him off the build fund.
We've got 2 legendary coaches in this game tonight. You just looked at one of them, Jay Roth. Both of them have over 200 wins. Jay Roth at 218, JT Curtis at 565. And, you know, a lot of people ask JT, who is now the second most winningest coach in high school football history, the most winning active coach. John McKissick has the record. He retired at 88 years old with 621 wins. So Jay would probably need somewhere between 7 and 10 years if he was to try to catch him and take over or become the winningest coach of all time. But a lot of people ask JT, are you ready to retire? Don't you want to just sit back and take it easy? And JT says, look, if you love what you do, you're not working. And as long as I love what I do and I can help young kids grow and people progress and get better, why would I want to step down? I love what I do. This isn't work. And when you see him at practice, when you watch him on the sideline, he doesn't look like he's got any quit in him at all. Here's your winningest coaches at any level. Bill Belichick, 237. Kevin Donnelly, St. Francis, Indiana, 310. And there's JT, 565. This is active coaches. Look at JT. He's got more than Belichick and Donnelly together.
Well, he's in great company right there. And as you said, he enjoys what he does. There's no slowing down in him. He's the headmaster of the school. He's changing lives not only on the football field, but he's doing it in the classroom and from the administrative area.
2012 Consensus National Champion, 2006 and 2012 USA Today Coach of the Year.
Right, I mean, absolutely. So, I mean, he's not slowing down. He's enjoying what he's doing.
Guggenheim. He'll keep, he'll run. He's got lots of room. This is a foot race, and he is caught from behind on a shoestring tackle by Ron Franklin after a 51-yard gain by Colin Guggenheim.
Ken, same play that he scored on earlier. It's the counter option. Look at the block. Right there again, springs him. If he would have pitched the ball, that would have gone a long way also. He elected to keep the ball, which was the right thing to do because he had the block in front of him, and nice pickup. Counter option, executed to perfection.
Guggenheim breathing hard, and he should be. He's run about 5 miles tonight. First down for the Patriots. Washington finding a way to break tackles up the middle, all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Darren Washington, his third of the night. A 31-yard jaunt.
Against an 8-man front, John Curtis moves a linebacker out of the box with motion because they are in man coverage. And they pop the inside veer cutback. He bends it back against the grain, and once he's in the secondary against man coverage, there's nobody left back there to defend. Easy touchdown once he gets past the line of scrimmage.
You look at him going through the middle, and you ask, how does he escape? How does he break the tackles?
Well, he's a strong young man, number one, and it was an arm tackle, number two, by a Rummel defender. He's going to run through arms. When you're that strong, you're going to step through arms. You got to put pads on him to bring him down.
Let's go deep. Let's go defense. Let's go, man.
Point after is good. The John Curtis Patriots have re-garnered the momentum for a 42-27 lead. Join Victor Howell, former linebacker Scott Shanley, and Mike Neighbors Sunday for all your Saints game day needs. Pre-game coverage starts at 10:30 a.m. with Saints game day as they get you ready for the game against the Chicago Bears. Then at 10:30 p.m., Deuce McAllister joins the group on Saints Tonight for post-game analysis and interviews, including our exclusive one-on-one with Drew Brees.
Right.
Visit our new website, coxsportstv.com, for more.
Well, I'll tell you what, we'll get a look after the kickoff of the run by Washington. And a couple things I want to point out, Ken, are going to be the splits of the offensive line that kind of helped set this up. And let's just see how many arms he ran through on that inside veer cutback run. And
touchdown runs of 31-32, and one from near the goal line, just a yard.
And then what does he do? He turns around and goes out there, and he's going to cover kickoff.
A 3-touchdown night for Darren Washington, a 5'11 sophomore. Think the running game is in pretty good hands at John Curtis?
It's in good hands. He's got a slew of running backs to be able to put back there, and all of them can do the same thing that Darren Washington just did. They're all very explosive, and they're very good running backs.
Brock Onstall to kick off. Rummel keeps coming back, and John Curtis keeps pulling away. Let's see how deep Onstall can get this. This will be a short kick, returnable. Evan Francione, they cut him off, forced him to the sideline and out of bounds. Take a look at the touchdown again.
All right, let's see what we can see from the start. Right there, there's the bin back. Look at the crease. 1-arm tackle, 2-arm tackles, 3-arm tackles. You're not going to bring him down by reaching out and putting your paws on him. You got to put your shoulder pads on him and bring him down. But what you got to see right there is the way it started off on one side of the offensive line, and it bent back against the grain, and then the way he exploded into the secondary versus man coverage. There was nobody back there to bring him down.
Stand there on the sideline and accept some congratulations, young man. It's been your night so far. Fields on the pass, caught by Walker. He draws a lot of blue jerseys after a few yards gained.
Tell you
Second
what,
down.
The pursuit from the guys in blue is phenomenal. The way these guys can run, they getting out there on that quick screen like now. I mean, they are exploding. Great look right there at the receiver that just caught the quick screen out there.
He's your hands receiver.
Right, yeah, he's a real good one. But I tell you what, the speed of the guys in blue, Ken, the way they get there is tremendous.
Second down, 6. Fake pump, and then the unleash one long, and he overthrows Jeremy Walker.
Jeremy Walker again had separation from the defenders, just slightly overthrown. If that thing would have been on target right there, they'd have been up for another big play and possibly a touchdown, because the safety was coming across the top real slow that time.
Fields came into this game tonight approaching 1,700 passing yards on the season. Third down. Fields with the toss, caught. Flag goes down. Thought it was a catch. It wasn't by Jeremy Walker, but a flag down. Let's see if that's pass interference.
Pass interference, defense, number 4. 15-yard penalty first.
That's Chauncey Crum. They called it on.
Chauncey Crum gets there a little early. He's hanging on his back. They're going to call that every time. You're going to get that call.
JT Curtis not happy. Yeah, he's on his back.
Yeah, a little on his back, getting there. Well, I'll tell you what, they call on Chauncey Crum, but it was actually on number 5,
yeah.
Albert Marquise. I don't know how he got Crum. Crum's like, who, me? Whoa, 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 whoa. No, that was on number 5, Albert Marquise.
Terrell Jackson is back in there. Worked out cramps the second time, and he'll get a few up the middle. Brought down by Drake Brantley, the sophomore defensive lineman coming out. He takes those big 305 pounds to the sideline. Second down for the Raiders. Jackson, hitting the backfield, dropped for a loss. There was Chauncey Crum, made up for everything that, even the play that was called for, the one he didn't do.
That is correct. Chauncey Crum right there again gets a clear call, a clear shot into the backfield. What does he do from his linebacker position? He does what he's taught. He stepped right up into the clear call, the clear look, and he takes on that running back, brings him down for a loss.
Jay Roth says, let the clock run down in the third quarter. Do not snap the football, and it does after 3 quarters here at the Shrine on Airline. The John Curtis Patriots lead the Rummel Raiders 42-27. Some work to do for Jay Roth and the Raiders when we come back as the Chapelettes performed at halftime a little earlier today.
Riverlands Insurance Services, a team of professional agents serving Southeast Louisiana for over 40 years, focused on planning, implementing quality with personalized insurance.
The strength of our company is our core of over 90 professionals specializing in the everyday needs of family to the complex world of business and risk management.
Cost-effective insurance planning is how we help our families and our businesses every day. We don't wait for a disaster, we prepare for them.
Count on Riverlands Insurance Services.
Your home for the best in coverage of pro, college, and prep sports in the New Orleans area is CrescentCitySports.com. Whether it's news, opinions, live video webcasts of high school sports, or Louisiana's best prep football scoreboard, you can get it all at Crescent City Sports. The name may be new, but it's the same great coverage you've gotten for years from our team of New Orleans natives. Click it now and like us on social media at CrescentCitySports.com.
We start the fourth quarter of play. Ken Berthelot, Wade Kaiser, our CST crew. Fabulous pictures tonight, and they have had all the action that you could want in a football game provided by the Rummel Raiders and the John Curtis Patriots. Here's the toss, and it is almost caught by Jamar Chase. Couldn't hold it on third down. That brings up fourth.
Brandon Davis makes a great break on that ball. He's their interception leader, and he gets his upfield hand in on that ball just to knock it away at the last second.
Davis has 16 pass breakups and about 2 more tonight, including that one.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Good night for Davis.
He's a fine athlete. He breaks on the ball. He can get out of his drop real quick and change directions real fast, and that's what he did that time to get a nice breakup on that pass.
Now the punt team on to start the fourth quarter for the Raiders. Chris Freebert.
Timeout first.
Timeout. Raiders. Want to talk about this?
Well, I'll tell you, I think what happened is there was a shift by Rummel in their punt formation and something with the personnel that John Curtis was upset about. And they didn't get lined up right, so they elected to call the timeout real quick. You can see JT right there is real upset over something with personnel or not making an adjustment to Rummel's shift.
Special thanks to Louisiana Lift for their support of tonight's telecast, specializing in customer service on equipment, rental, parts, and training. Louisiana Lift has been serving its customers since 1980. Check them out online at lalift.com or call 504-463-3400 in New Orleans or 225-753-5700 in Baton Rouge. Up on the lift was Ron Kennedy, Cool Man Ron, as they like to call him in the truck. Hey, he knew the weather better than any of us did. He said, coolest spot tonight, way up there.
Way up there. It's just
way up
hope
there.
He's not up there when that front comes flying through because it's coming.
Now look at the expression on Jay Roth's face.
Well, it's gotten down to every possession he's got a score on. He knows that. And You know, the pressure's on him from the standpoint that he knows he can't waste a possession.
They're going for it, too. No punt here. They've got to get it, and then if they don't, turn things over to the defense. Low snap, but Fields picks it up well. Fields in trouble, shakes off one tackler, gets rid of the ball quickly, and it's almost but not caught. And again, that was Cole Young they went to, and they couldn't make the completion.
That's Albert Marquise coming in there to make a great play at the end. What you missed was there should have been a hold call on the left tackle of Rummel right there. Had his hands out, and I tell you what, if you could have seen the jersey getting stretched, if we could see it right there, number 53, we had a handful of the ensuing rushing John Curtis defensive linemen. Just wasn't called.
3 times Curtis. Well, there was a flag down.
Well, let's see if that's our hold. It's being stepped off against the Patriots. Let's see what our call was.
This would help Rummel because 3 times on 4th down, the Raiders have tried but failed to pick up a first down.
Still Patriots ball, but we have a penalty.
Still going to be John Curtis football.
So it had to be something after the breakup against the Patriots. See if we can get a signal here, because we haven't gotten a signal yet from Eddie Allamore, the white hat of our crew tonight.
While Eddie talks about it, in the 3rd quarter, Curtis only ran 10 plays for 131 yards, 14 points. So they only get 10 plays, and they still get 14 points out of it at 131 yards. JT getting an explanation.
I think they're questioning the mark-off of where the penalty should be marked off depending on what it was. Was it a post-possession penalty and it should have came from where the ball was snapped?
It's a dead ball foul.
Or was it dead ball?
Let's see.
Well, somebody's happy about something down there now.
Eddie Allamore is smiling, and John Curtis is, and John Curtis.
Looks like they got it right. I guess everybody's right down there. So it had to be some sort of dead ball foul that came from where the ball was snapped from.
First down, Curtis. They have the commanding lead right now, 42-27. They want to run clock. Darren Washington on the pitch.
Played well by Rummel on the inside veer. He pulls the ball and pitches it out there. Ron Franklin comes from his free safety position downhill to make a nice play. Inside veer, detachment right there, pitch. Here comes the free safety into the alley to make a very nice tackle. That's the way you play with your eyes. That's the way you accelerate with your feet. That's the way you make a play on the option on the pitch coming from the secondary. Played inside out.
Yeah, Franklin's had a couple of big plays tonight from his free safety position for this defense, and this Rummel defense has to step up right now big time. They cannot allow any more points to the Patriots and still have a chance to come back in this game, because you're under 11 minutes now. Straight ahead, Guggenheim, the quarterback, and he's got enough for the first down.
3rd or 4th time we've seen that tonight from Guggenheim. Just taking the ball. He has to see something as he's lining up pre-snap and just goosing it forward. They're getting a nice push from their offensive line, and he's taking it and getting it into the secondary for nice pickups.
Tonight, 11 rushes for Guggenheim for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns behind that offensive line. He's thrown for 126 yards also. This time on a handoff, they'll go straight ahead. This is just a takeaway, not even a fumble. A takeaway. Corey Smooth on the move, and Smooth to the 22-yard line. A 28-yard return.
Big play. The Raiders needed that. A turnover at the right time. Smooth's just going to take the ball away. Oh, it actually pops out inside. It's bubbling.
His hands.
And it pops right into his hands. You can see it from our great camera view right there on the replay. He gets popped inside, and it pops up into the hands of Smooth. End zone. Nice play on The tackle to pop it loose was number 99, Glenn Thurman, pops the ball
Jay
right
Roth talked about creating turnovers. He gets one right there. Keeping it on the ground. Here goes Jackson. Straight ahead. Correll Jackson for yardage. And if the Patriots needed momentum, they just got it. Running behind big Evan Kouge, the 5'10", 250-pound senior right guard. Jay Roth knows this is a big possession. They're going to run it again. Jackson breaking one tackle, breaking another. He's inside the 5-yard line. Correll Jackson, what a move. He's got that elusive shake move sometimes to get open, and he showed it right there.
Chauncey Crum has a chance to tackle him in the backfield and just doesn't do it. Correll Jackson, big, strong running back, runs right through the arm tackle.
Chandler Fields from the gun. One more time. Jackson, touchdown. Rummel's pulled within a touchdown of the John Curtis Patriots. With just under 10 minutes to play in the fourth, a 3-yard TD run by Correll Jackson. That's his second touchdown of the night.
Great blocking up front by the Rummel offensive line. Big number 63, Anthony Harrison, does a nice job getting his body up against John Curtis's defensive line body right there and creates a seam for Correll Jackson to pop the inside zone for a touchdown.
They need this PAT, and if they can score one more after holding, if the defense can, they'll need a 2-point conversion then. But for right now, you're looking at the guy who pulled the Raiders within one of the Patriots on that score.
Now that we're a proud partner of the New Orleans Saints, we're being flooded with Saints fans.
Louisiana Dental Center. Yes, ma'am, we're home with a same-day appointment. And remember, we cater to cowards.
To help with the influx, we've added some new staff members to get some things done around here.
Yo, Saint, you can cover for me? I'm going to lunch.
Yeah, I think they're really starting to catch on. But I'm not really sure about that receptionist.
There's the Rummel Raiders within a touchdown now and a 2-point conversion of tying the John Curtis Patriots. But twice they have pulled within a touchdown of the Patriots, and twice John Curtis finds a way to score and pull away. So it is squarely on the shoulders of the Rummel defense on this next possession.
I was going to start right here with the kickoff coverage. You can't let something slip past him and allow John Curtis to end up in great field position to start this drive.
Be a good idea to keep it away from Leggett. Freebert sends it deep. This is Leggett. Runs into a crowd, but still a nice return out to the 34-yard line. A 25-yard return for Tyrone Leggett to give the John Curtis Patriots good field position. If you're a football fan in Southeast Louisiana, check out the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Luncheon each Tuesday at noon at Rockin' Bowl on South Carrollton Avenue in New Orleans. Hear from great speakers each week on pro, college, and prep football. That's the Greater New Orleans Sports Foundation Quarterback Club Luncheons each Tuesday at noon. Boy, last week, Jay Roth and Frank Monica, head coach at St. Charles Catholic, were speakers, and it was really good to hear them not only talk about their teams in football and this game and the big game that Frank's got against De La Salle going on as we play this one, but also talk about the playoff system as it stands today and their dislike of it. Nowhere. We said it was on the back of the Rummel defense to make stops, and they do on first down with Shane Brotherton making the big stop
Well, Shane Brotherton was right there, so was Jordan Williams. You're going to see him come right down the line. They pinched everything down.
Washington, nowhere to go.
And you can see Brotherton right there just wraps him up. They're trying to run the bin back on the veer, the cut back on the veer, no place to go.
1 yard loss.
And Brotherton making a nice play.
Colin Guggenheim, in these situations, has a way to find an opening on a quarterback keeper. This time he'll throw instead to Glenn Beal, his big tight end, and Beal is close to a first down. I think he'll be just short. Let's see. Yeah, he will be just short.
We've seen this all night off the play action, off the veer pass, slipping Beal out into the flat. This time he does get leverage on Franklin. Franklin just holds on to try to bring him down, and it does give the Patriots a first down. That's been a big play for him tonight.
Third down.
Oh, third down. It didn't get the first down. That is
just
correct.
Missed it by, it looks like about a half yard. It's that close. That close. Guggenheim, so hard to stop on quarterback keepers. He'll go under center for this one and pitch it back. Washington sweeping, has the first down, and then is bumped out of bounds. Hit first by Ron Franklin, then got another bump to make sure he went out.
Rummel is playing the pitch from deep in the secondary. They're counting on Ron Franklin coming downhill when the ball is pitched out into the alley. They've committed to stop the quarterback and the running back on the veer option inside. So what does Curtis do? Well coached, pulls the ball, pitches it out, and tries to get out on the edge as fast as they can. Great job by Ron Franklin getting out there to stop the pitch.
New set of downs for this Curtis offense, which is so explosive. Guggenheim does such a great game of calling plays at the line. Here's the pitch. Oh, and a good shoestring tackle by Brule on Corey Wren, the sophomore, with only, I believe, his second carry of the game.
Tell you what, the look you're going to see from Brule right here coming downhill from his linebacker position on the lead option. Almost a clothesline right there by the blocker. And then you see Brule just sprinting outside from his Mike linebacker position in order to make that play. That's the reason why they have him running sideline to sideline from the Mike linebacker position tonight.
Normally an outside linebacker, moved to the Mike linebacker spot tonight, so he could make plays on both sides of the field. This makes it third down and 14, third and behind the chains. They're going to go for all of it at one shot and will get it on a catch at the 40-yard line by Tyrone Leggett.
Tyrone Leggett runs a great curl route. He comes back to the ball, 14 yards back to 12. The ball's delivered on time by Guggenheim. And I tell you, it was a great throw and catch. Big first down pickup for the Patriots. He sprints to his left, sets his feet, throws on time. Nice route, nice catch.
Hey, you need the big yards, you need 14, you need 15, you go to your leading receiver, and that's Leggett. They keep the chains moving. Guggenheim might have a sore arm. He's not used to throwing this much in a football game. Brule and others stop the middle, clog it up.
Brule scrapes from his Mike linebacker position to take the dive, which was the first threat in the option. Good look at Guggenheim's numbers right there. 9 completions, 12 attempts, 148 yards on the night. But hold on, Curtis doesn't throw the ball. Yes, they do.
Yes,
there it is right there. One touchdown throwing the ball tonight.
They rarely throw it more than 8 or 9 times a game, and I could have sworn, I guess just because I'm not used to seeing them throw this much, they had more in the passing game than that. But what's amazing is how accurate Guggenheim has been as a thrower tonight. Guggenheim pitch at the right time to Washington. Breaks a tackle with an inside move, and then his hit and push back forward progress may give him the first down.
Wow, what a great play by Guggenheim off the counter option. Here's a great look. Counter, option, got to pitch the ball now. The counter froze the free safety, like we said, who's been playing the pitch all night. Gave him, the running back, just that step to get outside on the edge. Great execution. Great call by John Curtis, offensive staff. Guggenheim, what a great option quarterback.
Washington needs a breather. He'll take it. His forward progress was enough for the first down.
The counter action froze the free safety, Ken. He was late getting over there to the pitch. What a great adjustment by John Curtis on their option game.
Donnell Jones checks into the game. He's a backup quarterback and wide receiver. Patriots keep it on the ground, however, and not much. Brotherton.
That was Brotherton on the play again. They have sold out to make sure that they do not get gashed by the inside run on the veer. So they're pinching everything down. They're in an 8-man front, 5-man line. Brotherton at the defensive end position coming down. He looks like he's in a little pain from that hit, and he just stacked everything up inside on the inside veer give.
Corey Wren in there resting Darren Washington, allowing him to take a breather. Leggett, the big play wide receiver for the Patriots, down to the bottom of your screen, looking that way, but throwing to Wren out of the backfield. He dropped it.
He's looking at his hands like, your hands failed you. You got to catch the ball.
Corey Wren, only a sophomore. They just list him as an athlete. Can play at the wide receiver, can play at the running back slot, which he's doing tonight.
He's part of that posse, part of that herd of running backs that JT can put out there at any time and hurt you with.
Crowds making noise because it's 3rd down and 11, 10th play of this drive. Guggenheim on a delay. Washington tripped, stumbled in the background, and he gets smothered by Jordan Williams.
Worked in the first half, didn't work that time. Draw play, trying to bounce it out the back door. No place for the running back to go, sitting right there, right into the arms of Jordan Williams. Here it is, the draw.
Did he slip in the mud just a little bit? No, he got tripped up in the back.
Looked like he kind of tangled his feet up with Guggenheim a little bit, which slowed him down. But it didn't matter. Jordan Williams was right there, came off the block, wasn't fooled by the draw.
Nobody back deep here for Rummel. The ball's at the 35-yard line. Raiders aren't expecting a punt, but they are going to get one. A high pooch punt, which will bounce at about the 12 and go out of bounds at the 9-yard line. So with that, we'll take a break. Rummel trailing by a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Have the football with about 3.5 minutes to play when we come back.
Louisiana Dental Center, your dental home team. Proud partner of the New Orleans Saints and the LSU Tigers.
People choose Helm Paint because we've been around for so long.
I thoroughly enjoy working with my customers.
We have dedicated employees.
They mix any colors for me that I need, and any type of equipment, they're there to show me how to use it.
And we look out for our customers.
At Helm Paint, we are committed to our customers providing superior materials, unsurpassed customer service, and the most experienced people to help guide you through your painting project.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Looking to purchase or refinance a home? Check out NOLA Lending Group, a division of Fidelity Bank. They are your home loan specialist. Find them online and get started at nolalending.com. Here for you and here for good. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Knows this is it. A little over 3.5 minutes to play. 3:33 to play. This is the drive that can tie this football game up with a touchdown and 2-point conversion. It'll start with a pass to the right side, a little outlet pass caught by Evan Francione.
Evan Francione has had a big night tonight. Had a touchdown catch back in the second quarter, and he's been targeted a few other times tonight. And spreading the ball around in the Raider offense is part of their secret and their success.
And look, if you can get 5 yards of play and just drive down the field, that's what it's all about. Francione stays in. Chandler Fields working out of the gun, has to be accurate. They'll run it on 2nd down. Terrell Jackson has the first. 2 plays, first down, Rummel Raiders.
Correll Jackson's had a nice night tonight. Just running the simple inside zone on the zone reads and maybe the RPOs, run pass options. You can see him right there take the ball delayed on the zone read. Great blocking up front by the guys in the white jerseys. And what does he do? He runs low, he runs hard, he has the ball tucked away, picks up the first down.
First down at the 21. It'll be Jackson again pushing the pile. Rug free scrum push. Churning out yardage. Just all muscle at 5'9", 190. Look at the build on Corell Jackson.
John Curtis is working with 3 timeouts, Ken, to Curtis's 2.
Second down, 7. Fields, a high pass up in the air, and Walker can't pull it down. It was thrown high. Walker gave it a good shot.
Again, the ball floats. We've seen that a couple of times tonight out of Chandler. The ball's coming out of his hands a little high, ball's floating. Kind of lets it go a little bit too soon. Ball's going to float on any quarterback when they do that. It's tough to get that ball. Jeremy Walker was fighting to get up there and get it, just couldn't get his paws on it.
Big third down, and that's an understatement. Chandler Fields has a man open on the near side, throws complete to Jacob Rinton. Rinton out of bounds. Does he have the first down? He's right in front of the bench, taking a look at the spot. It looks like they're going to spot it just past the 40-yard line, and that is going to be just about a half yard, maybe a yard short of the first down.
Same route as before, except he goes to the flat route.
4th and 1.
It's going to bring it to 4th and 1. He was a little short. They come back to the flat route on the same route where they had just missed Jeremy Walker before on the deep curl route.
Chandler Fields. It's in his hands right here on 4th and 1. The Raiders have gone for 4th down attempts 3 times in this game. They have not made one. Wait a minute. Now
hold on. They've reset the ball somehow.
They reset the ball and they've moved the chains.
So it had to be some sort of mismark by the official crew, and they came back and fixed their mistake.
First down, Rummel. Jamar Chase on the little hitch, knocked out of bounds. They didn't measure. And they definitely had 4th down on the downs marker. They had marked it. The chains didn't move.
Right, well, JT Curtis has got to be extremely upset. Looks like there was a mismarking by the officials, and they came back and felt like they needed to correct their error by remarking the ball again, and it gave Rummel the first down.
Now it's 2nd down 6. Look at this hole, and Jackson takes advantage of it. He's going to move the chains one more time. Rummel needs the methodical drive, and they're getting it. JT Curtis knows his defense has to step up. Officials say play football, and Fields hands off to Corell Jackson, who spins into the line.
That was Angelo Anderson making a big play right there for no gain on the inside zone that they had been running to perfection.
Now, this isn't the NFL, but you would have just gotten a 2-minute warning if it was. So less than 2 minutes for the Raiders to continue this drive. 2nd down. Fields. Lots of time. Uncorks the bomb, and a push by Chase on the man covering him, Brandon Davis. But the ball was so overthrown, I don't think it was a catchable pass.
Well, he's holding his hamstring there. Looks like he's cramping up a little bit. Just a straight go route or a 9 route. They're both fighting for the ball. The ball's over their head. You're not going to get that call in high school.
Hey, in slow-mo, it didn't look
I know the crowd up, right. The crowd up here wanted it, but you're not going to get that call in high school. Right there, he's limping a little bit, Ken. It looks like he's having a little cramp in his right hamstring.
Yeah, he's got to sit down. He can't go. He's got to. He's going to have to work this cramp out and come out for a play. And this gives Jay Roth a little time to talk about this with his Raiders. They need this break, but you could see he was holding the back of that hamstring, tried to line up and go, and then went down.
I know we're towards the end of September, fixing to go in October, week 8 of the season, and it's a kind of a warm, humid night here, even though it's, I guess you would say, mild for Louisiana standards. Fluids become an issue, and that's probably the issue here.
While they work on Jamar Chase, we'll take a break. 1 minute, 38 seconds to go for the Rummel Raiders to find the end zone when we come back.
Joe Brown Park has always been a kind of haven, but the storm left it in a mess. Kids that don't have a safe place to play and go to end up in trouble. After Katrina, I didn't know if Joe Brown would ever come back, but it did, and today its facilities are second to none. We're developing kids that will become champions in our community, in school, in business, and in life.
Your home for the best in coverage of pro, college, and prep sports in the New Orleans area is CrescentCitySports.com. Whether it's news, opinions, live video webcasts of high school sports, or Louisiana's best prep football scoreboard, you can get it all at Crescent City Sports. The name may be new, but it's the same great coverage you've gotten for years from our team of New Orleans natives. Click it now and like us on social media at CrescentCitySports.com.
Jay Roth sweating it out. 3rd down 8 for his Rummel Raiders at the 44-yard line. Cole Young in motion. Flushed out of the pocket. There's the throw. Caught. Oh, what a big catch by Evan Francione when the Raiders needed one to move the chains and get the football onto the John Curtis side of the 50.
Fields is chased out of the pocket. Coming back to the ball on a scramble drill is Francione, and has he come up big tonight?
12-yard gain. Drive still alive for the Raiders. They're working against the clock and the Patriot defense. Just went under 1:30. A little extra protection right here. Give to Jackson up the middle, nothing. Well, a few, but nothing big that the Raiders need.
Rummel still working with 3 timeouts as the clock is taken down. They elect not to use one right there.
Here's the 1-minute mark to play. Second down. The toss almost picked off by Brandon Davis. And that would have been a run down the sideline to the end zone.
Brandon Davis, as I said earlier, can really come out of his break. He does a great job with his feet. He gets his feet planted in the ground. He gets his dry foot in the ground, and he comes out of his break right there. He almost had a pick six to dash all of Rummel's hopes. Both hands on the ball. That should have been pick six. He knows it. Look at him. He knows it.
He's got 2 touchdowns on the year, 4 interceptions. Now they're going to talk about this just a little bit because it is a big 3rd down coming up for the Rummel Raiders. 48 seconds to play. Without saying the obvious, this is 4-down territory. But what the Raiders need more than anything else is not 4 downs. They need some yardage. They need to get down there. They're running out of time. The significance of this game again.
Well, John Curtis wins it, they win the Catholic League. They don't win, Rummel wins. Rummel becomes the spoiler. John Curtis is going to share it with somebody, and it goes into next week, into week 10. And the outcome there could possibly determine who the district championship will be. And then it's all about power rating to get power points for both teams.
3rd down 8 at the 41-yard line. Low snap, big rush, in trouble, Fields goes down. Holy, Cade, is that Cade Bledsoe? No, Jay Curtis. Jay Curtis, we talked to Dad, Johnny Curtis, earlier today. And look at 99 come from the left side almost untouched.
Well, they stand him up from a linebacker position in a stack look right there, and they run a little in and out stunt. They take the defensive tackle, bring him down inside. John Curtis comes off the edge. Nobody picks him up in the protection. That is a huge play in that young man's senior year, and I know his dad is up here watching, flew in, as we talked earlier tonight. He's very excited about that. I'm sure he was standing up and cheering. Great play for that fine football player.
4-year starter, 9-yard sack. Leads the team in tackles for loss, in sacks, in tackles overall. He's a Curtis. He's the grandson of the head coach, JT, son of Johnny Curtis. And no, I don't think anyone plays with more heart on the Curtis football team than he does, and you saw the expression on his face. That big play brings up 4th down and long, 4th down and 17 near midfield for the Patriots.
Well, it all comes down to this for Rummel. 4th down and 17 right here.
They need a big play. They need their big play man, Jamar Chase. He's going to be down at the bottom of your screen, number 1.
Well, it's not only Jamar Chase, but it's going to be on Chandler Field's shoulders to make the right read against the coverage that he's going to get.
And make the right throw. Pressure probably coming. Let's see. They got a lot of people stacked at the line. Timeout, John Curtis. The Patriots want to talk about it. Coach JT pulls them back over.
Well, they want to see what Rummel was going to come out in their offensive formation, so now they can set their adjustment with their secondary and go from there. Now, what Rummel's going to do is Rummel's going to change their formation and change their play. It's a chess game. But expect pressure on this. Expect some sort of too high secondary out of Rummel. Probably with some sort of press coverage on Jamar Chase. They can't let Jamar Chase just free release into the secondary. They're going to have to walk up and press him somehow in order not to let him run free around in their secondary. But don't forget Evan Francione. He's come up big on a couple plays tonight. Look for him to possibly come up big here on this play if Jamar Chase is taken away from the Raiders.
Well, it comes down to this play. It's either a 1st down or more, or the Patriots get to run the clock out. 43 seconds. Chandler Fields at quarterback. And a lot of protection. Jamar Chase down at the bottom of your screen. One-on-one coverage. Low snap. Not much pressure. He's going to heave one long for Chase. Overthrows him, incomplete. The ball goes over to the Patriots on downs.
Rummel goes to their big play guy, Chase on a go route. They did exactly as we had thought. They were pressing him, and then they were playing coverage across the top with 2 safeties. So they press him. They don't let him free release into the secondary. They have coverage behind him with a safety. Ball's way overthrown. 1st down, John Curtis. All they've got to do is kneel on it.
All they have to do is kneel on it for the final 34 seconds of this one. And the Patriots will remain undefeated in the Catholic League District 9-5A at 5-0. 8-1 they'll advance to on the year unless J-Rod's team can force a turnover of some kind, some miracle defensive play. But this is going to be victory formation, and that's very hard to do. And his Raiders gave the Patriots all they could ask for in this football game tonight. The Raiders will fall to 5-3 on the year, 2-3 in District 9-5A. JT Curtis knows this was a hard-fought battle and a well-earned win for his Patriots. It wasn't easy, as we never expected to be when these two teams meet. And that's going to be it, the final score in this one, 42-34. John Curtis with the win to go to 8-1 on the season, 5-0 in the district. Rummel falls to 5-3, 2-3. And what a great one this was. Two coaches meet and congratulate each other.
Well, it was an outstanding football game. We saw a lot of great offensive plays, and you saw some really good defensive plays on both sides, even with the points that were scored.
We'll take a break and be back with the postgame show right after this. A fine win for the John Curtis Patriots and a great comeback that just fell short by Rummel, 42-34 Curtis.
Riverlands Insurance Services, a team of professional agents serving Southeast Louisiana for over 40 years, focused on planning, implementing quality with personalized insurance.
The strength of our company is our core of over 90 professionals specializing in the everyday needs of family to the complex world of business and risk management.
Cost-effective insurance planning is how we help our families and our businesses every day. We don't wait for a disaster, we prepare for them.
Count on Riverlands Insurance Services.
Tell me about it. The kids need braces, I need a root canal, and Dad's old dentures are broken. That means 3 dental appointments all across town. Bobby Abear?
Mom, you need to call Louisiana Dental Center. They see kids and adults and have specialists at every location. They even have Friday and Saturday appointments.
That's great. I'll call him now. But who's going to do the dishes?
Yeah, I know, me and my big mouth.
High school football from Crescent City Sports on Cox Sports Television is brought to you by Louisiana Dental Center, a team of local general dentists and specialists working together to care for your entire family. Louisiana Dental Center, your dental home team. By NOLA Lending Group, your home loan specialists. By Operation Lifesaver, promoting rail safety throughout Louisiana. By Helm Paint and Decorating, steering you in the right direction. And by Louisiana Lift for your equipment, service, parts, and rental needs in Southeast Louisiana. Welcome back to the Shrine on Airline. What a game we had here as the John Curtis Patriots come out a 42-34 winner over the Rummel Raiders. Ken Berthelot along with Wade Kaiser. We're waiting to get Coach J.T. Curtis with us in just a moment. And Wade, your comments on this game, because both teams played so very well.
Tell you what a lot of fireworks. We saw great offense tonight, but we also saw some great defensive plays. Good football, 2 very good football teams. Congratulations to the John Curtis Patriots for winning another Catholic League championship.
Curtis took the lead. Rummel kept coming back. And every time they did, the Patriots just kept adding to their score. We've got Coach J.T. Curtis downstairs. And, Coach, congratulations on the win. Ken Berthelot along with Wade Kaiser. And, Coach, I'd like to ask you first about your defense, because at the end, Rummel had the momentum. They were driving. Your defense had to make a critical stop to seal this victory, and they did.
Yeah, they certainly did. You have to hope somebody's going to make a big play. I thought the sack by Jay was a huge play in the game for us, giving them a long-distance play where we knew they had to go deep with the ball. But that's what's got to happen in a game like this. And, you know, I told people before we came in here, I knew it would be this kind of competitive league, competitive game, because that's the way this league is.
JT, Wade Kaiser here. Congratulations, Coach.
I see why you got out, Wade.
Yeah, yelling at officials wasn't my cup of tea all the time. I saw you tonight. But look, Coach, let me talk about Guggenheim for a minute. The counter option. You came out with the counter option. They're playing the pitch from the secondary with their free safety. He pitches the ball out there on a couple of big plays. You get 2 great run plays from Guggenheim on the counter option. Was that something you guys saw upstairs, or was that something that you guys had planned for, thinking that's the way Rummel was going to play you tonight?
Well, that's what they have done in the past. They really bring a lot of heat from outside in, and we felt like that we could get the ball in a corner, that we had to execute it, and he did, and that was the difference in the game. I thought we were able to execute the ball on the corner, and it was a little soft out there because they were jamming 8 in there to stop the inside run.
Right. I'll tell you what, it was a great game plan. I just love watching you run the counter option off the veer. Great job. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much. And again, a lot of credit goes to Rummel and the way they played. So we got to do this thing all over again in a couple of weeks. No telling who will be playing, but it'll probably be guys we've already faced.
I hear you. Thank you, LHSAA, huh?
Yeah. Well, no comment, as they say.
Thanks, JT.
Coach, I can comment now.
Yeah, that's right.
Thanks, JT. Congratulations on a fine win.
Thank you, buddy.
And Wade Kaiser, that's it. These two teams have to do it all over again, probably in a couple of weeks. For the last 2 years, they met in the regular season, and they met again in the playoffs.
Well, that's, again, the LHSAA, that's the state of things the way they are. We can argue about that for days and days and days, but you're right. Everybody on that bracket has probably played each other one time before, and they're going to probably see each other in the playoffs again, and you're going to probably have some of the same type of games again in the playoffs like the one we saw tonight.
I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. Crescent City Sports continues its high school football coverage with a live webcast next week and throughout the Louisiana High School playoffs. Check our website for matchups and times. For Wade Kaiser and our entire crew, including the great pictures you got tonight from the CST crew, I'm Ken Berthelot saying so long from the Shrine on Airline. Our final score is the John Curtis Patriots 42, the Rummel Raiders 34. From Metairie, Louisiana, good night, everybody.